get to it, man.
Welcome to another episode of the Gas Money Podcast. Before we start, please hit that bell icon so you never miss another upload, and hit that subscribe button, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at gas.money.podcast. AG, take it away.
Welcome to another installment of Gas Money. We got Toon 1.5 in the building.
Yes, Sirski. And to the far right of me, we got Cash in the building.
And to the left of me, we got...
Yeah, what do you want to be?
You just say my name. It's fine.
We got the Godson
I like that.
in the building.
And I'm introducing you, right?
Yes, sir.
And to my left is AG.
Thank you.
Curator. I gave myself up already. Go ahead.
No, thank you. I appreciate, you see, the thing for me is it's the thought that counts, because my counterparts normally just introduce. Hey, it's AG. That's usually what I get. Like, barely say my name. Cash gave me a good one the other day. I'll give you that. How's y'all fellas weekends? We all kind of spent this weekend together. Yeah. So who wants to go first? Everybody's perspective matters.
I guess I'll go first.
Cool.
So yeah, we all showed up to support our brother Godfrey football game. I think that was a pretty cool experience. This is the second year I went. Unfortunately, I haven't witnessed a victory for the team I've been rooting for. But I'm a Jets fan, so watching a team that I want to win lose is nothing new to me. So I just enjoy the experience anytime I go and watch the game anyway. So
wow,
that's what I did. This what was that? That was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday.
You getting old?
Oh, don't worry. I'm telling you, I got an old story for niggas. I got an old story.
Cash, what was your perspective?
It was a nice event. I like when the civil service entities have like events for the people, for the public to come and support, and everybody bring their family out and stuff like that. But this was like a day where every time I watch football, especially in person, the few times I have, it reminds me of why I did not continue to play football, because that weather, holy shit, it was like...
You hear this nigga?
Yo, now that's the only thing in football that made me not want to play football. That weather, being out there, yes, it's too cold. And it wasn't even a cold day yesterday.
Not the fact that like 200-pound men are in pursuit.
He's not scared of that.
200 minimum.
He's not scared of that.
What the fuck?
He's not scared of that.
He's a basketball player. Them niggas flop.
Niggas gotta hit me.
Yeah, niggas ain't catching. Niggas ain't catching
fast.
Yeah,
I've heard that before. I've heard that before, but that's fair.
But yeah, sad to say that the department that I was rooting for, which happens to be the fire one, did not catch the W. But they live they're going to live another day.
I'll go next because I think the Godfrey should go last because he was like participating in the event. It was my third year going. The first year that I went, the cops got their ass whooped.
Oh, okay.
And I thought that was going to be normal. So I took it for granted. The next 2 years that I went, the FDNY proceeded to lose. I think this year was the worst loss.
Oh,
I think so. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember. Just like the feeling in the building. Like people were leaving early. Like I was shocked. I was like, one thing I did notice I did not like is that when the FDNY finally did score, they didn't get the celebration.
Yeah.
Like what was the celebration supposed to be? Were y'all scoring?
You talking about that cannon that kept going?
Yeah.
That was NYPD brought that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But he's saying what was y'all celebration gonna be?
That's the problem. Like, I'll tell you.
Yeah. So
that's what I was saying. They should have brought out one of the fire poles, have somebody slide down.
You should have had a pyro or something. Anyway,
you heard what he just said? That one of y'all should have got on the fire pole.
On some Chuck and Larry shit.
Yeah, it slid down.
That's a totally different kind of show, if you ask me. I heard what you're saying. We should have done something.
Y'all don't do calendars no more?
Nah, they just brought it back.
How does that work? Do you get to audition?
You can just sign up for it, and then they
They what?
I never did it, so I don't really.
There's
know
only
how it
12
works.
months, so there's only 12 niggas.
Who's picking?
Yeah.
These are good questions.
Yeah, so
But from what I heard, it's not what it used to be. But anyway.
Oh, okay. Black. That's why. But yeah, it was a great event. And I'll let Mr. Taylor take it away again.
I'm not gonna be long. I hate that y'all had to witness us lose like that. Like AG said, first year we won, and that was a championship for the whole league. So that was a great win. That was my first year. Last year we were winning at first, and then we let them come back in the second half. And that was just, like I say, always a lack of discipline, a lack of focus. And this last one was just, we were diminished in terms of numbers. And they had like maybe they were 3 deep at every position.
Oh, yeah, that's tough.
You could tell because, again, that department has maybe 25 to 30,000 bodies to pull from, which is going to get you more numbers, whereas we only have maybe 10,000. And also we had guys who have other obligations outside of the game. So we lost, but I mean, it's just that's how it happens sometimes. I'm just mad y'all had to see that. I wanted y'all to get the experience of us winning, because when the fire department wins, it's like the party's always great.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with that. The first year that I went, I'm telling you, that was it was a movie.
Yeah.
It didn't, like, I had to leave because like they didn't stop. Like everything was just kept going. It was a party all day. But we have another pressing issue.
Oh wait, I had a question.
Oh yeah, good.
So, well, this is what I was telling them. I was like, yo, the police department should always have the best teams in every sport, because it's like they have the biggest pool to pull from.
They should.
And a lot of people want to be cops. Like, and it's easy to become a cop out of like sanitation. They don't have no physical requirements, so it's a bunch of fat niggas.
You hear this nigga?
It's true.
Yeah.
Fire department, that's like the hardest job to get besides sanitation. And then it's like the department is smaller. And then the only other one is corrections. And it's like, nobody want to be a fucking correction officer. They do have good sports teams, but it's like the pool they're pulling from is just like so small.
Yeah.
So to my knowledge, right now, y'all are 1-1. Because the fire department beat police ass in boxing.
And hockey and rugby. We basically only lost in football this year.
Oh, that all happened this year already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
I think basketball, we beat them too, actually. I think. But you're right, though. They have a much larger pool to pull from. And most athletes, they go from being an athlete to being a cop.
Yeah.
Because you still get to kind of be athletic. And when it comes to fire, most people, contrary to what people might think, most people don't want to run to a burning building.
Yeah.
When you get on the job, you see it's a little different than what you think it is.
What about the volunteer firemen? Can they participate in sports?
I don't think they can. They have to be a part of our departments to do that.
Gotcha. I think that's unfair. But that was it?
Yeah.
So there's a pressing issue we do have. Godfrey didn't like my comments last week.
No, I didn't.
About the FDNY, and we're here to have
What was the comment?
a civil discussion. I said that the fire department is living off of 9/11 propaganda.
Oh yeah, he was. Oh, yeah, I remember now.
And they're actually bigger assholes than police are. But I wanted to reiterate the fact that I'm speaking not from a civilian standpoint. From a civilian standpoint, clearly the police are, brutal. So, especially as a black man in America. But as another civil servant, interacting with the two departments, I'm much more comfortable interacting with police than the FDNY.
What?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so just real quick. First of all, when it comes to 9/11, you got to understand, I think it was around 30 police officers that died, but it was 343 people who were firefighters who ran into that building to save lives and lost their life trying to save lives, regardless of what you believe about that situation. So that's a massive difference.
Yes.
While the cops are probably just like, yo, get out. We're running in to put whatever fire is happening out. So it's a totally different kind of thing. So I understand that. I get it. People today probably didn't participate in 9/11. Most guys on the department. However, that's a huge sacrifice. And if something like that was to happen again, the mentality of the department is I'm running towards the danger.
Yes.
So that's a totally different brand of human being to even think that way. That's number one. But I will say, as someone who is in the department, there are people who are jerks, who are just unnecessarily, negative towards the civilian population. However, I would never pick NYPD over FDNY in terms of who I'm more friendly with because of just the history. They've murdered people in the street, regardless of the situation. I'm not knocking them. Every circumstance is different, but still, like, they're more likely to take your life than a FDNY member just talking crazy to you because they're not familiar with who you are.
Here's my thing: badge to badge. Like we all kind of wear similar uniforms. I get more respect from police. Like when they see me, what's going on? Like I could park. I park anywhere I want. They don't give me no tickets. They fly. We chop it up. The FDNY dudes, they always feel like they're bigger and better than everybody.
All right, you assuming no one's
and
feel like
this is my anecdotal. Like I'm talking about, okay. I have scenarios that has happened.
Give me one.
And, okay, so I think
that's not the one that you used last week.
Okay, so this is time, right? I double parked, right, And
It's already breaking the law.
no, yeah, but I'm allowed to do that. I double parked, and I came back to my vehicle, and the guy's like, "Yo, I was about to smash out your windows because we can't get our truck out." Now I understood.
Hold on. Where was you parked? I know you was double parked, but you was parked where you was blocking.
according to them. According to them.
All right, I gotta see this.
Yeah, nah,
If you're really blocking us getting out, then I've run up on people like, yo, you gotta move your car. So the next time we just gonna drag it out the way with the truck.
Yeah, you see, like you can't talk to me like
Because if it's a fire, it's always
Why not?
Yeah, because I just like you got a badge and a job to do.
nah,
I
that's
got a
your,
badge
that's
and
your
a job
ego
to
talking.
do.
Because
No,
if I
it's
have to
not.
respond to a fire, like
No, but
someone's life.
they weren't though. Because I asked them.
But what if they were?
No, then yo, honestly, I would be cool. Yo, I came through apologetic because I felt like I was wrong
All right.
until I got the attitude. Number one, I still accepted the attitude because I thought I was wrong, and then I politely asked him, "Was like, by the way, like, what are you guys rushing to? Oh, that's none of your business." So I was like, right.
I mean, it isn't none of your
No,
business.
it is though.
No, it's not.
Nah, it is though.
It's
I'm
not.
laughing
Nah, it
because
is.
that's exactly what I would have said. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, it is though.
Listen.
It is though because I am. You see the water that y'all about to use.
Yeah.
That's my jurisdiction.
But you already wrong for being in our way.
Nah, I'm not. I'm not because you're not in a rush.
Come on,
so you
come
know
on.
what I did?
He has a point though.
Yeah, you know what I did? I got
It's
into my
hand in hand. Like y'all should have a little bit more respect for him because he's the one that provides or helps makes sure that the water
Yeah.
is,
We do
capable of
have
being used.
respect, but at the same
Nah,
time,
no, you don't.
if we have to respond to an emergency, it could be someone's life on the line.
Nah, but it
You can't-
clearly wasn't.
You can't block our way. How do you?
Because they would have just moved the car. Like
But in the next second, it could be.
yeah, all right, whatever.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Nah, I know
We're
you.
first responders. We're
Yeah,
going.
what the hell?
Nah, but hold on. I got another one.
All right.
So then I had to go to a firehouse a couple times.
Okay.
I've been to police departments, and they always send the hottest girl to help me, like assist, like finding the meter, like always.
All right.
I go to the firehouse. They send me the most racist dude they could find.
Well, first of all, there's maybe like 2% women on the fire department. So you're not going to get a hot girl. I'm sorry.
And first of all, with any law enforcement or any job in general, when they is a hot girl, they just get preferential treatment anyway. So she's gonna have the desk job instead of being on patrol.
No, she's not a
That's
desk.
true.
She's not a desk. She's like a
100%.
cop that's just in the place. She's not
Yeah.
working the desk.
Same thing, same shit.
No, it's not because this is my thing, right? Why are you gonna send the most unqualified person to do that? I think that's a good look from the
The probie?
yeah. Like she don't know what a meter is. Most people don't. Y'all niggas should know what a meter is. Again, y'all deal with the meters too because we have fire meters. So instead of you sending the person that's the most qualified, you're gonna send the guy that's already upset that he has to interact with a black person.
We don't know that. Fuck. You just assuming it.
You know that for a fact.
I'm giving you
He
anecdotal
say, "Oh
evidence.
my God, I'm mad. I got to interact with a black person.
Every
what do you need?"
Every single, you know
how
who-
long you been black?
Forever.
So you probably could tell when somebody doesn't want to deal with you
Yo,
because
first of
you're
all,
black, right?
You know me. Anytime a nigga start yoing, like he doesn't approach me as a man
yeah,
first,
yeah,
I
yeah.
get upset.
Yeah.
So when you come to me on some hip hop shit and you in a fucking firehouse, I know who you are. I know what you are. and then now we both gonna play stupid. And I start talking like an Italian nigga. Capiche? Yeah. So then exactly. So that's my beef, man. Personally, I respect all departments.
Still, picking the cops over FDNY is crazy.
I'm
and
just
over
letting
any
you-
fire department.
I'm just letting you know. But y'all saving grace is the EMTs. The EMTs are they're really dope.
they
really
they get dragged, honestly.
They're really dope.
They don't get paid enough.
They
I
don't.
rock with them.
Them niggas get paid pennies. I mean,
Yeah,
that shit's crazy.
That's why I rock with them.
Really bad for what they deal with. I think there's a stat that says they're the most physically attacked of any first responder.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Even more than
Damn.
cops. Like they
They,
get,
No.
they got to deal with the tweakers.
yeah, they deal with EDPs and they just get ragged out sometimes, punched in the face. There was actually rest in peace. There was a lieutenant in the FDNY EMT who got stabbed to death.
Oh,
that was here in Queens, right?
Yeah.
It was a woman. That was terrible.
Yeah, but my experience being at work, the cops don't ever even acknowledge us really. Like the FDNY, anytime I drop past a firehouse or anything, they be like, "Hey,
No,
what's
it's
up?"
on
Or
me.
they drop.
You hear these niggas?
That's true. Or I be in my truck and
We
they be
love
in their truck and they
sanitation.
honk the horn and shit.
Yeah.
It was one time I was picking up something from in front of her and they were like, "Yo, you come get some coffee, some croissants?
Come inside.
Anytime you
The
stop by, you
FDNY
just-
did that?
yeah.
You believe this nigga?
Yeah. I don't really got no problem with FDNY. It's the police
It's just
department.
AG.
For my job,
Oh, okay.
the traffic cops, man.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck them niggas, man.
You see, I'm fly with them. They giving me high fives and shit.
Nah, traffic cops, they gotta do their job at the end of the day. But I remember one time, this is the only my only bad experience with traffic cops. Like I got tickets before, but I was double parked in front of my mom's apartment building during COVID, and my mom was sick. and I went to bring her something, and I came down, and this fucking fat bitch is fucking sitting outside our car talking to her friend and just gave me a ticket. I'm like, you give me a ticket just now? She's like, yeah, you're double parked. I'm like, yo, bro, you know it's fucking COVID right now, and my mom was upstairs sick, and I went to bring her something, and you fucking about, oh, but you should be double parked next time. Like, what
that's
the fuck?
crazy. You got a double park ticket? I never even seen that.
I didn't know that was a ticket.
A violation.
And that's the most expensive.
I knew it was a violation.
That's like the most expensive ticket.
How much was
Yeah,
it?
It was like $100 like $150.
that's
like that.
crazy. Because I definitely been double parked millions of times.
Well, just like how the fireman was doing his job. I don't see the
No, because in if you go to where my mom lives, overnight they leave their cars double parked around the circle. So you're gonna tell me, so why don't they get tickets every fucking night? Why get a ticket during the fucking pandemic?
She didn't like how you look, nigga.
She didn't even see me.
She didn't like the car.
Well, she could eat a dick.
Yeah, see,
Seemed like she ate enough of them.
But we gotta respect the FDNY telling me, another civil service employee.
I'm just saying,
that's none of your business.
God forbid something happens.
It's
We
not
coming
any
to
of
help
your
you.
It is my business.
No, it's not.
I have to service the fire hydrants they use. I got to do their job for them because when they can't get around to inspecting the fire meters, I got to do their job for them as well.
We don't inspect.
You got a point.
We don't
That's not
inspect
doing
fire.
their job. Their job is to
No,
save lives.
that's their job.
All right, but so when you gonna say when they gotta go to save somebody's life, you gonna do that job for them too?
If I have to.
The fuck out of here.
Exactly.
God forbid something happens, we're showing up to help you.
Nah, I don't have no problem
If
with that.
NYPD shows up, someone's going to jail.
No,
or someone's
listen,
getting arrested.
I think y'all
someone's getting
misunderstanding me.
Someone's getting tased.
If I'm outside as a civilian, I'm gonna always be on the side as the FDNY. All I'm saying.
Let's say you're
is,
at your worst moment.
and
Would you
how am
rather
I?
see firemen,
What am I
EMT
dressed
shows
as?
up, or would you rather see cops? show up?
Am I in my work uniform?
What uniform do you wear?
A uniform.
talking about
just
you
like the
as
cop
you.
uniform.
Oh, you.
You have a question?
Nigga said what your uniform look like.
Yeah, it's on some shit. I don't
And
know.
also-
I don't know.
Don't let a few bad apples
Okay.
mess up the situation.
No problem.
Yo, fired people. Like,
I
people
never
with
had
the
a
fire
bad
department.
interaction with a black firefighter.
I ain't saying nothing about race. I'm just saying
I am.
really good people in the fire department.
I think the best people in the fire department are the black people. That's what I think.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and
Oh, you
I'm not going to
disagree?
disagree.
Okay, thank you. All right. That's good. I think we did that. Let's go. All right, so the Knicks versus the Pacers has finally come to an end.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of like Knicks takes that we have and
I gotta sit up for this.
that we never had a Knicks fan in the room for. So we can start backwards. Let's start from the end of the series, the beginning, just this series in general. How did y'all?
Now, could I actually like go a little bit further?
Oh no,
back?
absolutely. Go ahead, take it over.
All right, so Godfrey, clearly, as long as we've been friends, I've been on the I don't know what side to really call it, but when it came to watching playoff basketball, usually I'm the last one watching. You know, my team play. I'm watching my team play the furthest.
Mhm.
So, you know, with now the Knicks being probably the better team out of our two favorite teams,
Right.
I don't know, like, maybe it's just in your character not to like reciprocate the same energy I've given you for probably a decade.
To hate on the Miami Heat for what?
No, not hate. Because I never hated it, the Knicks.
Your reaction to
I never hated on the Knicks.
You 1,000% hate.
Hated on the Knicks?
Wait, actually, it was probably AG because he would always constantly go Knicks lost. But anyway,
Yeah, but see, that's not hating on.
Yeah,
that is hate.
That's
Tell the
just
truth.
just picking on a less fortunate
There were
team.
games I wasn't even watching, and I'm like, what is this on my text? Knicks lost. I'm at work right now.
Come on, what
Not
you
even
think we
watching
doing?
the game. But anyway, all right.
Well, yeah. So you know, now with the Knicks being good,
Right.
like, what does that feel like?
I've seen the Knicks be good before. Just this level of success, I haven't got to witness at this level of, understanding. But what it feels like, it's a good feeling. It's just I understand that there's more going on than what we want to acknowledge. Like this is their first year together with Cat, with Sassy Cat on the team, who is a baller, by the way.
Big purr.
It's gonna take. I would say if they can keep this nucleus together and probably get a little bit of a better rotation, they could be really successful.
Oh, so you're pro Cat? Because I'm hearing some Knicks fans, they want him out of the city.
Nah, I think Cat is really good.
Gotcha.
I just think that the Knicks need to. I think they may have to change coaches, honestly.
So the coach.
And I'm a big fan of Thibodeau, but his rotations are too shallow.
Yep.
And there's a lot of talented players on the bench that he don't use. This is why Obi Toppin is with the Pacers.
Yeah, don't give a shit.
Like just doing wild stuff. I'm like, this guy was on our team and we traded him
So
because we had no spot for him.
before this series started,
Mhm.
did you expect not as a fan, as an objective viewer of basketball, did you expect the Knicks to win this series?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Now that the series has concluded with the Knicks losing in but it's 4-1, 4-2?
4-2.
4-2? Okay, that's not bad. How do you feel about the Pacers Knicks moving forward? Because this is the second defeat. Like, I honestly think the Pacers are the Knicks' biggest rival, historic. Because it was Reggie Miller.
Right now, yeah.
It was Paul George and Hibbert with Melo. And now you got the Halliburton fucking shit up. So how do you see this moving forward in the Eastern Conference?
I think, again, the Knicks need another year together. Halliburton, Siakam, and the nucleus they have been together for a little bit. You're just plugging in other side players.
Mm-hmm.
Cat, this is his first year with the team.
Mm-hmm.
They're still figuring things out. Brunson is Brunson. This is Mikal Bridges' first year with the team, right? We're still trying to figure out how to...
I believe so.
Exactly. So there's still a
Y'all gave up 5 first-round picks, I believe.
We don't need those at this point.
Oh,
Honestly.
5.
No, I don't know.
Let me just name these names, and you need to really think about what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Brunson, Cat, Mikal Bridges, OG. We have a champion. We have Mikal Bridges. We know what he is. We have Brunson, who's a diamond in the rough, and you have Cat, who's a first overall pick, right, or second, top 5.
He was up there. He was up there.
So you have the pieces you need. These are proven pieces. The first round picks, you don't know what you're getting with those guys.
That's a fact.
These guys are proven players, so I'll take that over, and they're all relatively young. I'll take that over these arbitrary picks that sometimes turn out to be nothing.
But see, the thing about the picks that doesn't it worry you that you have a Paul George trade, which I'm pretty sure when they traded him, they thought those first round picks were probably going to be
useless.
Yeah. And then that turns into the OKC Thunder.
Yeah.
I mean, a first round pick can also turn into Jabari Parker. It can also turn into Zion. It can also turn into guys that we can't even remember right now.
Nah, that's true. But on the flip side, we have a whole NBA team.
Right.
Yeah.
That we've seen, but off of one trade.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. So when you trade those picks and you see that it could turn into you traded that to the Nets.
Yeah.
Let's say the Nets turn into the Nets.
That would
OKC.
Suck. That would suck.
Maybe
you still would look at it the same, because Bridges I think is good, but I think if that wasn't putting the Villanova Knicks together, he's not worth 5 draft picks.
Well, you got a chance to get a good player versus a guaranteed good player who's still young.
Mikal Bridges is a guaranteed good player.
Yes, we've seen him. He has a resume. We saw him on the Suns. We know what he can do.
I kind of feel like his role, but at least this last series, because he's been spotty, he was kind of like a J.R. Smith. Which is not a disrespect. I think J.R. Smith.
No, absolutely.
I think exactly.
That's one thing I want to say. Just a side note.
Yeah.
With the 3 of y'all on this podcast, y'all have a lot of revisionist history when it comes to the NBA a lot of times.
That's fair.
I don't think so.
I think I'll be forgetting. Even the Carmelo topic, I was like, y'all got to understand, Carmelo didn't go this far. Yeah, at that time, the Miami Heat were the Heatles. You can't get past them that easy.
But he also lost to Roy Hibbert.
Yeah, he didn't lose to the Heat.
It was Roy Hibbert. It was Paul George. It was David West when he was still David West.
And that's
was George. It was that team was actually pretty
Paul
good.
George was nice. I saw him crack LeBron's ass. I told you that before. And I fucked with LeBron. I saw Paul George crack LeBron's ass.
A lot of people did that.
Come on, bro.
We just agree to disagree. But I'm glad you brought up Carmelo Anthony. I think Brunson is a better Knick than Carmelo Anthony. How do you feel about that?
As much as I want to disagree, I can't disagree.
I did not.
And this is a Knicks fan saying
yeah, I needed a
Carmelo, like y'all mentioned, Carmelo coming to the Knicks as a superstar, already proven with the Denver Nuggets, is why we held him in such high regard. Obviously, he has the ethnic combination that resonates with the city. And on top of that, he was a baller who historically used to, go toe-to-toe with LeBron regularly.
Yep.
So all that made it like, yo, this is our time. We're ready. And then on top of that, we were supposed to have Stoudemire and Chris Paul to make our own big three. It just never happened. But in terms of taking the team to where it needs to be, absolutely Jalen Brunson and then the rest of these guys coming in, especially since Jalen Brunson, like y'all mentioned, took less money to do it. Whereas Carmelo actually compromised the team by taking more money at times.
That's what I hate about the NBA. It's like, after you get to a certain point, like the point while Carmelo got that $100 million contract and he took with the Knicks, it was like, nigga, you made enough money. Like, it's time to win. If you want to go down with your legacy, like, at a certain point, you're not going to go broke. You're never going to be broke.
I disagree with that. I'm sorry, bro, because money management has to come into this conversation. There's a lot of dudes who was in Antoine Walker who like had I think he made like $100 million in his career, and he's every time you hear him talk, he talks about how broke he is.
Yeah, but
Allen Iverson, he was like spending money on his entourage.
Yeah.
I think what saved AI
was that Reebok deal.
Yeah,
right?
the Reebok deal, and then Derrick Rose had the same thing. Like a shoe deal kind of saved them from their own demise. So I hear what you're saying, but it's really hard because you got to understand the NBA. If you're great, you probably get 15 years, and then how do you get money after that?
There's a lot of ways to get money.
yeah.
No. I'm not saying no.
But for somebody like Carmelo Anthony, that's a different conversation than the other niggas you name.
No, that's fair.
Well,
But
besides Allen Iverson.
I think it's really easy from us sitting here. You know, you don't get a check for the rest of your life just because you played in the NBA.
Yes, you do.
But
Like,
nah,
how
After you play 10 years, you get a
how much is it?
That's right.
probably enough to
know.
survive. Probably
I don't know what it is, but it's like probably based off of how much you made during your career.
I would want to see that.
Yeah, but my thing is why do people look down on players that don't take pay cuts?
I don't think
Like,
you should.
You don't look down on. It's just you're hurting your team.
I don't think.
No, but
And
see,
you're
my
hurting
thing,
the
my thing
fans.
is though is that we've seen franchises do players dirty. So it's like why? Like we never see the same energy for teams.
I would never take a paycheck. I'm paid
Because I mean, if that's the case, for every player that has done the organization dirty, you have the Isaiah Thomases. That after that Celtics situation,
bad hip.
But he was going to get phased out anyways. That had nothing to do. Like, I understand that.
but the way they did him, like
Okay, yeah, but
the
at the end
sacrifice he played the day after his sister passed, or the day shit like that.
Yeah, that's cool. But why am I gonna? It doesn't make it doesn't make sense business wise. If I'm investing in a 5'9" point guard that can't guard anybody, and he's at the end of his peak.
Okay, so
then
business wise,
Melo-
I'm taking the max.
Yeah, what
but
the hell?
Carmelo is not. I'm taking 100 million, taking 70 million is not gonna fucking change the whole trajectory of your life.
But you just gave an out to the organization on why not to do
Obviously,
this.
with every example, there's gonna be outliers. Isaiah Thomas is an outlier. He's never there was never gonna be a
Carmelo.
I'm
point
pretty sure
where-
we could name millions of players. Fuck, I was watching some interview with fucking DJ Augustine. He was in his 8th year and he had one bad game. They sat him out because they didn't want to pay him. And shit like that. We know there's foul shit going
but
on.
Look at who we're talking about.
I was gonna
We're
say
talking about
that.
DJ
But
Augustine.
I mean, of course, you're gonna have the mellows who's not gonna fight for contracts. But it's like I'm saying, for every mellow, there's 10,000 niggas that's getting fucked by the organization.
That's what I'm saying. There's
so one nigga fucking the organization.
This is what I'm saying.
Balances out.
Look what happened to D-Wade.
It depends
Exactly.
it depends on the case. It's a case by case
All right,
basis.
let's
If
use
you're talking
Dwayne
about-
Wade.
Okay, explain.
He took a pay cut to get LeBron and Bosh, and then when it was his turn to get paid like Kobe, the
gave it
organization was
Tyler Johnson or
like,
some
"Nah,
shit.
we're not paying a 6'4" Agent guard."
That's
See
your
you later.
boy Pat Riley.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's Pat Riley.
Regardless, that's a superstar. We're talking about a superstar though.
Okay, like I said,
All right,
there's
well-
outliers in every situation. Pat Riley, fuck everybody.
Oh, here we go.
No, that's true.
What the
'Cause
hell?
the Lakers
Are we
gave
gonna pretend
Kobe
like
his
that's not the
money.
truth?
I don't think so.
then-
Nigga,
so
Pat
then
Riley
when
just
Melo-
ran Jimmy Butler off the city.
So
What the
see,
fuck
my,
y'all
so
talking
my
about?
thing is when Melo comes to the
That wasn't a
table.
money thing.
When Melo comes
I
to the
didn't
table,
say it's about money. I said he fucks everybody.
Yeah, but we talking about money.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
but you talking about a nigga will punch a nigga in the face, but he's also somebody's boss. So you think that a nigga is gonna knock a nigga out for no reason is not gonna cut your paycheck?
I don't get the correlation, honestly.
Pat Riley is fucking everybody on every accord.
but
That's
see,
what I'm
that's-
saying.
that's
So
what
why
I'm-
would I trust a nigga that can't even be a person?
Yeah, but
to pay me?
that's why I take the max.
exactly. Regardless,
That's my point. If I'm a superstar, I'm taking the max
because
you
it
can
could
fuck
be
me
my
all you
day.
want.
It could
I'm
be
getting
my
paid.
exactly,
And then
bro.
just
Because my
lose.
day could come.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get paid regardless.
That's what I'm saying. If you a
Exactly.
nigga that don't care about legacy and winning, then that's one thing.
LeBron
But
don't take pay cuts. That's the nigga that cares about legacy and winning.
but
the most.
LeBron is the team.
Oh, yo,
hold on.
what
Back to
play?
Is that not a
Carmelo.
fact?
What play I gotta pick up?
Back to Carmelo. This is why Carmelo didn't have the success that Jalen Brunson had because he took the max.
Nah,
And
What about
he
Jordan?
hamstringed
Jordan never
his
took a
team.
pay cut.
I don't think so either.
Jordan did take pay cuts actually. He went on year-to-year contracts so they can always revise it. And
I don't think that's
That sounds like that sounds like
first got to be like
that-
2 in 1 year.
That sounds like holding the team
Yeah,
hostage.
yeah. I don't think
How is
that's
that
what
holding
that
team
was.
hostage?
Because
bro.
hey,
If
I
I had
know
a-
of a
if
player.
I had a
Also,
monster,
just, and just like what Cash is saying, like it's a player-to-player kind of situation. That's Michael Jordan.
Okay, but I just
That's Michael Jordan.
I just gave you. I
That's
gave
not
you
Isaiah
D-Wade.
Thomas. That's not D Wade.
Hold on.
No one you're gonna name is Michael Jordan.
I gave y'all D-Wade. Y'all said, nah, Pat Riley fault. I gave y'all LeBron. LeBron's the team.
Well,
Just give me the
He
player.
is the team. Nigga, LeBron take bum ass team to the finals. That's what he does.
Yeah, but he's not taking the pay cut regardless.
Because he don't.
Regardless.
LeBron
And
is not a
he's
nigga that needs to
old.
take a pay cut. LeBron's
No,
bringing the team
LeBron
to the
should take a
finals.
pay cut today.
Well, now, yeah.
But he's
Oh,
not.
thousands.
But he had a playoff. He took a playoff.
Yeah, he opted in. So he's getting $52 million
Yeah.
at 40 something.
Exactly. Exactly.
He could have played for the league minimum and got a super stack team. But you know why? Nah, I need my money.
Exactly. This
Well,
shit
that's
is gonna be
because I
over.
think that's because LeBron's going to retire though.
Yo,
Yeah, but
There's also
What?
more players.
I don't know what to do. I don't know
Because
what
when you're a
else to say.
star player, you have to set a precedent. You set the market for other star
It
players.
just sounds
So
like
if-
y'all making it like
No,
trying to make
'cause
Melo
you-
look
'cause-
like the bad guy.
yeah.
He's
That
the
pay
bad
cut
guy
shit is
because
crazy.
the Knicks could have been somebody, and then that nigga took all that money and then he fucked everybody up. You talking about LeBron? LeBron's done. LeBron's retiring. He's not looking for the future. He's done. So you talking about Carmelo in the prime of his career took this big ass contract so the rest of the team could be whack. That's different
That's
than
not why
LeBron
he
taking a
took the
fucking $50
money.
million contract. All right.
and we're not even
That's
talking
not
about
the reason
like,
why he took
Exactly.
the money. I understand that. He didn't take the money so his team could be whack. But
He
taking
took the money
made
because he
his team
earned, he
whack.
earned that. He took that money because he earned it.
Yes, I understand.
Y'all
But
want-
at that point in his career, he made enough money to where if he would have took $20 million less, it wouldn't have made that big of a difference if it put him in a position to win a championship.
Niggas is talking about 20.
See, my
mil
thing
like
is
it ain't
like,
nothing.
yeah, and then also it's like if you got offered a job, right,
Yeah.
and it came with a raise, but that raise meant somebody else couldn't get hired. You telling me you not taking a raise for somebody else to get hired?
What's
He
the
has
nature-
a,
what's the
first of
nature
all,
this
me,
job?
Yeah,
me
you-
in a
he's
sports
He's
team,
gonna say it's a bad
No,
comparison.
it's not
I'm
a,
talking about,
same thing, yeah.
and we not talking in real life.
that's
If
not
I- if
equal.
I-
That's not an equal thing.
How is it not?
Because first of all, if I'm a millionaire,
You literally
if
fucking somebody out of a job.
Everybody is, we're all millionaires, right? And we're in a
Hold
sports
on.
team.
Everybody on a basketball team is a millionaire in the NBA.
All the players that they're gonna get, they will be millionaires. Yes.
the factor players, like, you know,
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Mhm.
So that's separate than me working a regular ass job and then being like, well, fuck this nigga. I need to feed my family. That's different. They're not worried
I
about
think
feeding
that's.
their
I
family.
think it's on the same. You can't tell me I'm not worried about feeding my family if I'm taking
to
the
the
max.
same
That's what
extent as a
Spreewell
nigga.
said.
Nigga, we're talking. That's
No,
what I'm saying.
because-
That's
'cause-
unequal. Because I'm a regular nigga. Me taking $100,000 job, and I could have took 80,000, and another nigga would have got a job. That's different than me making 100 million and me making 80 million, so we get another player.
I don't.
That's
I
not the
really
same
don't
thing.
think
win
so.
something.
I don't.
Yeah.
Give me my 20 million.
we're talking about competition versus a regular 9 to 5 or whatever it is. They can't really be.
Like, I feel
When I
like
retire
I could win with
when I retire from my job, it's not gonna be like, oh yo, he was one of the best workers of all time. Yo, when the next person gets
You don't
hired from
know
the
that.
job 20 million,
know that.
20
You
years
don't
from
know
now,
that.
they're never gonna
First
look
of all,
back.
when I was
like,
training at jobs, they do
Yeah,
bring
they
up that
got
one
one
nigga. They
nigga.
bring up
Right.
that one
That
nigga.
nigga never had an accident.
What does he
My
get from
man
that? What does he get from that? What does he get from that?
The
Because
legacy. He got a legacy,
Yeah,
right?
there's nothing
He got a
for
legacy.
him.
It's not
Oh,
the
yeah.
same thing.
Exactly.
No. That's not the same
Exactly.
thing as being a sports player because being a legendary sports player is going to make you money after you retire. Being a legendary UPS
No, there's a
worker.
bunch of losers on the fucking TV. Charles Barkley's the biggest fucking loser.
All right,
And
but is he
he's a
getting
fuck-
paid?
He's not a loser.
Is he getting paid to be on
He's
TV?
not a fucking-
Is he
he's
getting
getting
paid?
paid,
All right,
yes.
that's what I'm talking about. Me working at UPS for 20 years and
I
retiring,
mean, that's
and
where-
nigga bringing me
yeah.
up. That's not gonna make me make more fucking money, nigga. What the fuck?
My man
We
Rick-
train niggas.
my
You can
man
start
Rick-
training
yeah,
niggas
my man Rick.
forever, bro. You could go around to other UPSs and tell niggas about how great of a worker you've been.
And then
for the
the
rest of
nigga
your
that just
life.
started that job be like, nigga, suck a dick. I don't give a fuck what you talking about.
And
But
you
no
don't get
niggas gonna
hired.
tell
Morant.
Carmelo.
That's John Moran.
Yo, I just think it's unfair that y'all want Melo to take a pay
bro.
cut.
Or anybody.
Yeah,
bro.
anybody.
I'm saying as a Knicks fan,
'Cause-
we had an opportunity.
Yeah, as a fan, I respect
It's
that.
like, yo, Melo, I'm not saying that you have to take a 20 million. It could have been just 15, 10. And I know that's a lot of money, but that could have brought in the other player you needed to get the job done.
But why we not blaming
And that's
Phil
more-
Jackson?
I was going to say is that's more on the Knicks organization because I'm going to give you an example. This is why it's important to know your history. When we got Carmelo, we got him in a trade for 2 players or maybe 3. But the other player who was on a $20 million contract in this last year was Chauncey Billups.
There we go.
And what happened? Listen to what I'm saying.
I know.
And what they were saying, it was 2 years actually. And
He's
what
a
happened-
super. He was a superstar.
To me, yeah.
Okay.
But here's the thing. When they decided to use the amnesty clause to get rid of his contract,
Mm-hmm.
they signed Tyson Chandler instead of signing Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what messed that team up. So it was I'll always say the management is the real issue behind the Carmelo era. Because at the same time, you need a point guard who can tell Carmelo, nah, I'm not giving you the rock every time.
What about what he did to Jeremy Lin?
Well, I mean, I like Jeremy Lin, but Jeremy Lin wasn't the answer. He wasn't going to win you a championship. And you saw that when he went against the Heat, and it was Norris Cole and Mario Chalmers who clamped him. And I was like, if you can't get past these two, then we're not going to a championship because you're gonna face better point guards down the line.
And last but not least, how do you think Melo and Porzingis running the triangle? Like Melo didn't buy into the triangle, so the rest of the team didn't buy in. How do you feel about
If
that?
Phil Jackson's not coaching, Carmelo wasn't going to respect it. Porzingis is obviously very injury riddled, and
That's hindsight, though.
that team. I mean, he only played like maybe 50 games that season as a rookie. And I was like,
But you don't think there's any blame on Melo for?
there's blame on Melo for sure.
That's kind of a prima donna thing to do. Like,
There's
you're a
blame.
professional.
Melo has an inflated ego, and that's a very New York attribute that we fed into as fans. Like, oh, it's Melo.
No problem.
I didn't feed
respect
into that. I was like, fuck that nigga.
Well, you're not a Knicks fan.
I'm a New York nigga.
All right.
But that's also a New York mindset. It's like, all right, you think you hot shit, so I get it. But Carmelo's era was compared to Brunson, it's just not the same. We want to give him that spot, but he's not. And also, he's not bigger than Patrick Ewing. Whoever said that last week.
Wait, who's not bigger than Patrick?
Carmelo's not bigger than Patrick Ewing.
Hold on.
You tripping?
We jacking that?
Who said that?
I think
I can't remember.
I think I said it. I think Melo is bigger than Patrick.
Melo is not
For
bigger
the
than
city?
Patrick Ewing.
Nah, hell
Absolutely
no.
not.
I can't.
Really?
I can't check that. I don't know if I did last
And
week.
if you want to talk about ethnicity, Patrick Ewing is Jamaican, so yeah.
No, but he finger rolled.
Yeah, he missed it, but he got him to the championship.
got him to the championship.
Come on, son.
And who he lost to was also another factor too. He lost to the Dream.
I'm not a Knicks
Dream
fan,
is nice.
so I'm gonna defer to you. But I think that's a little wild.
Patrick Ewing is still him in New York City, bro.
Okay,
I promise you. Over Carmelo, absolutely.
I think if Carmelo and Patrick Ewing in the same spot, I think.
Oh no, yeah, Melo. Yeah,
I think Melo gets it.
In the same spot, what you mean?
Yeah, like let's say they both sit in front row, but on different sides. I think Melo gets more camera time.
He'll get more camera time, sure, but like in terms of the impact on the city of New York as a basketball
Nah,
player,
come on.
Patrick Ewing. He actually went against Jordan and lost. It's not like he lost to. Well,
You gonna say Hibbert? Yeah.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it's Hibbert who didn't go on to win a chip versus Jordan and also the Dream.
Okay.
Legends.
All right, that's fair.
Who you lose to matters.
Okay, I respect that. All right. So we have like some relationship topics that we want to get into. I think Cash, you could take us away.
Wait, so if who you look, you know, it doesn't matter.
no, I think you should
Say
speak
it,
on that.
Because we was talking about James Harden. Because James Harden lost to Curry every year.
That matters.
Nah, he was up
It's Steph
3-1
Curry.
on somebody.
That doesn't change what I said.
And he was
lost,
on-
No,
he
yeah,
lost to
nah.
Curry every year.
When you're up 3-1, whatever argument you got, that has to flip it because you went away.
KD did that too.
I mean, whoever gives up the 3-1 lead, that shit is a knock to me.
What about the fact that James Harden was on the bench when his team was coming back? That don't mean nothing.
That sells the play style. That's the
That doesn't mean anything to you, sir.
Yeah.
And remember your man Ant. You talking about better than D Wade?
I said the trajectory.
Yeah, all right.
man better than D Wade.
Nah, not
Trajectory.
even close, man.
He could finish number one all time 3-pointers.
Okay,
And he's a better scorer than Dwayne Wade.
that's cool. You're not gonna get enough championships.
Errors matter too, though.
And he's I seen him in
All right now.
I seen him in the bright lights, and Shea looked comfortable. He looked uncomfortable.
Nah. But see,
Shay's older.
Okay,
and I just also feel like that Oklahoma City team he wasn't gonna be able to do nothing with them.
all right. No, I'm just talking about
You
his
got- you
individual play. He played bad.
Yeah, that's because they could like Lou Dort. You got Lou Dort, who
Them
we know.
niggas whistle is not the same.
Well, then who?
OKC get more leniency on defensive fouls. And
Nah, that's not true.
All of that might be cool.
Yeah, I saw something, and actually, he actually shoots Shea supposedly. I didn't.
No, I'm
I
not
didn't
talking
fact check
about
it.
him
talking about
getting
the
fouls.
team.
I'm talking about their team fouls and doesn't get called for it.
The
free throw.
OKC.
the Thunder be hacking and
Yes,
they don't. Oh,
yes.
All I'm saying is,
But it
I
feels like
seen
the
Ant in the moment that I seen D Wade in, and I seen D Wade take over.
oh yeah.
I seen Ant kind of shrink. That's all I'm
Different
saying.
era.
It's not a knock on Ant. It's just I think you comparing him to D Wade was a bad move. So
I said trajectory.
It's a different era. Too.
I hear you, but it ain't looking so trajectory right now.
Ain't trajecting.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that. That don't mean what? That don't mean much. I got him. All right, let's talk about this relationship shit. All right, so Cash, you asked a question to the panel. Could you date a woman with a disabled child? Can you like walk me through the inspiration behind it?
Well, we was at the game yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and Jackman, who's not here right now, was looking at this girl, and he was talking about how he was attracted to this young lady. But I told him like, yo, you see, she have like a brother, or I don't know if it was a kid or what.
We can assume. Yeah.
But he was like, he had something wrong with him. Like he was like some type of mentally disabled, and he was like, oh nah, I'm not fucking with that.
Got you.
So I want to ask, would y'all be comfortable dating a woman, if y'all were all single, of course,
Mhm.
that had a disabled child, like mentally disabled?
I'll go first if y'all don't mind. As a breeder, I think that you have to take that into account. So my first question to a young lady would be, who is this to you? If this is like her child, I can't do it. If this is her sibling, I can't do it. Now, if this is like a cousin, distant relative, then I could possibly do it, depending on how attractive the young lady is. But if it's too close to her genetic line, as a breeder, I cannot do it. It would be unjust. I'm actually gonna go off the ledge and say that, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible. I'm not trying to get us canceled. I don't think Down syndrome people should like be breeding.
Wait, like somebody with Down syndrome shouldn't be able to have a kid?
Yeah, I don't think they should be.
Do they have kids?
I saw some shit like they have a TV show about them finding love.
Oh, Love on the Spectrum?
Yeah, I don't know what goes on. I didn't watch it, but love usually leads to procreation.
I don't think
So they're sterile?
I don't think they're sterile, but I've never heard of a pregnant person with Down syndrome before.
Yeah, I just
there.
Well, I know. I mean, some niggas fucking it, but
yeah, you see, like I think that shouldn't be a thing either. I just think like it's messed up to like if it happens by chance, like you have a child and it happens to have a mental disorder, you chalk that up to what you chalk it up to. But if you knowingly have a mental disorder and you're still procreating, I don't think that's right. That's how I would tackle that question.
Anybody else?
Niggas are scared.
I would agree. Not with everything he said, but just like I wouldn't date somebody that has a child that has any mental issues.
Well,
just 'cause I just feel like it's a lot of it would take a lot of care and a lot of effort. And if you're not biologically the father, I personally can't see myself 100% being invested, because I feel like as soon as you have your own child, you have that connection where it's like, I'll do anything for this kid. There's no way you're gonna. I don't even feel like even somebody that doesn't have a mental.
I'm about to ask.
Yeah, it's like
mental illness.
Nah, I'm just saying, because it's like even if the child isn't yours and they're perfectly normal,
what if he was LeBron?
It's still LeBron. If I meet Gloria and LeBron's 14,
yeah,
I love that nigga 100%. I'll put that nigga under my fucking wing. I'll put that shit under my fucking wing. But if I meet LeBron and he's fucking 2 years old, I don't think I have like 100% love for him, but it would be like at 70 or probably 50 off the behalf of his mom.
What if he's 8 and he could dunk?
Nigga, you already know, nigga. That's my son.
All right, cool.
He don't even have to know his other father. He's my son.
Cool.
I wouldn't date a woman who had a disabled child.
Why not?
It's too much responsibility. I'm here for her, and now there's a child, let alone the fact that it has a disability. That's a lot of work. I know people who have children who are disabled, and the amount of attention, the amount of care, the amount of extra money that you have to pay, just the inconvenience of life, it's a lot. And again, as a man who doesn't have any children, it's like now you're adding the responsibility and the expense of not just this woman, but her child. It just changes everything. You'd have to be so locked in with her that you're willing to look over that. And to me, that's just too much. That's very expensive. Not just monetarily, but your own peace of mind and things like that. So for me, no.
What if the child with the disability was Elon Musk level intelligent?
Oh, we talking about autistic?
No, you had your chance.
Autistic. Because I ain't gonna lie, autistic.
He might be a genius.
I feel like the autistic thing, even though it is chalked up as a mental disability and there's a spectrum for it, I do think there's some autistic people that they really shouldn't be on the spectrum for it. They just view things differently. I haven't done mad research, so I could be completely wrong about my opinion on it.
Yeah,
but yeah. So I just
that's part of the spectrum.
Nah, but hold on.
Yeah,
autism.
I want Godfrey to answer. So
autism.
You walk in at niggas at a computer inventing an app at 9 years old. With all the other stuff you just said, still apply.
All right, let me just say this real quick, and then I'm going to answer that. Autism is typically misdiagnosed genius, all right?
Fair.
So, a lot of these kids be really smart. It's just they lock into one thing, and they're not paying attention, but this kid is actually a genius. But anyway, if there's a child and he's creating an app at what age?
9. But he got all the other shit you just said he wasn't dealing with.
All right.
He's all that other shit.
He has all that?
Yup. Everything you just said that you not rolling with, but he's creating an app at 9 years old, and you can see the Elon Musk right above his head.
How locked in am I with his mother?
Y'all fly.
All right,
like 3 months. Woman of your dreams. She just has a kid.
Is his father alive?
No. No, he's alive, but he's not in the picture.
Is he in jail? Like,
Nah, he's in the wind. Rolling Stone. Like LeBron's pop.
If I'm really locked in with his mom, then I might possibly, but I'm not a fan of that.
So the child has to be exceptional for you to even think about it.
To even consider it. Yeah.
Cash.
Hell no. It's over.
Can you give us a little bit more insight on that?
That's just not lit. Like having a girl with a kid. I mean, I don't even know if I could deal with a girl with a kid in general. But
I agree with that.
Like a disabled kid, like a nigga that's be making mad noise and shit.
Oh, okay.
Tourette's?
Nah, like there's some people that have like autism and they're not really verbal, but they make noises or like they just
the stemming.
or they have like behavioral problems and shit like that.
Can I throw one on you though? What if?
Pause.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Throw one on you? We got to pause that for real? No problem. So, what if you walk in and this child is, he's streaming, you happen to glance at it and he got 30 million like people on his shit.
30 million?
30 million.
What is he doing on the stream?
He making them noises you was just talking about.
Nah, there was a nigga like that on TikTok. His name is actually Darius.
You remember what I told niggas about names?
Yeah,
names are very important.
Yeah, he famous on TikTok because he be stimming and his mom be recording him. He just making all type of crazy noises and shit.
Yeah, so you walk in, the girl, this is a woman that you're very attracted to, and y'all are 3 months in. This is your first time meeting her son. Yeah, my son, he has autism. You walk in, he's making the exact same noises that you said that you not dealing with, but you glance. There's 30 million niggas watching him do this.
It's not my money. What the hell?
Okay.
So still, that shit is whack. Because when that camera turns off, I still got to deal with that.
Yeah, well,
that shit is whack.
They paid though.
Making a lot of good points.
Yeah, but his money is not going into my account.
I mean, eventually, like you're gonna reap the benefits.
I don't believe. I told y'all before. I don't believe in the money flowing up the river.
You're right. That's a great point.
Flowing down is the only way it's supposed to be. When I have a kid, I would never want him to even buy me a fucking bottle of water. Like, I don't want to be in that situation where my kid has to do anything for me. So if I'm in a situation where I meet a girl and she got a kid and the kid becomes rich over something, I don't need him to do nothing for me.
No, it's not a need. It's just like, hey, I know that.
Yeah, but I'm saying, especially as a disabled person, that's me I'm taking advantage of him then if I'm taking his money because that nigga don't know he don't even know what money is, probably.
Fair enough. All right, well.
I like that. That's a great point. I changed my answer.
Nah, too late.
I'll go on the record and say what I said, but you changed my mind on that 100% because there's no way I'm taking that kid's money. It's going to stop. The flow's going to stop at his mom.
She like you though.
Yeah, and then it goes across.
Yeah, it goes.
It don't even go up no more.
She respects you so much.
That's not how rivers work.
She wants you to handle the money. It's the Nile River.
Yeah, nigga.
She wants you to handle the money.
Yeah, you're the head of the household.
You're the man.
Then I'm gonna be Don King, so don't do that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
She's cool with that. She respects your.
Nah, it just doesn't work that way. It's never gonna work.
Yeah,
they're scared of money.
Scared of money, bro.
That's crazy.
So what you were saying about you don't think that the people with Down syndrome should have kids? There's this couple I seen on TikTok too, and the both of them they have like that. You know that disease where they're like real small and they got like a big head, but they in a wheelchair. I don't know what but you ever seen somebody like that?
Kid with the glasses and
yeah.
Nah,
You know something on TikTok.
This is already making me uncomfortable.
So they had a kid, and both of them have the same disease, like we're like disabled like that, and they had a kid. And it was like I don't know if their kid has that, but it's like a newborn baby.
Hey, you see, I'm gonna sound like a Nazi, bro. We gotta be honest with ourselves.
Because people were saying, because everybody's like, yo, I don't think they should have kids because they can't take care of themselves. And people saying like, oh, y'all niggas eugenics.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that to an extent. Y'all really gonna sit up here and tell me that it's fair? That kid did not ask to be here, and off rip, like nobody. Yo, nah.
Nah, I'm jacking that.
You jacking what?
They shouldn't have.
Thank you. There should be laws in place.
Who the fuck are you?
They should adopt. Nigga, I'm a fucking taxpayer. Aren't you? Where do you think your tax money about to go to?
That cannon from
that shit got louder and louder. So I checked my account.
That joke was OD loud. I was like,
I'm in the negative right now.
The fuck?
I didn't even get paid.
I ain't buying no camera. What's going on? Yeah, but I think call me what you want, man. They should just adopt. If they have the money and resources to take care of themselves and a child, they should just adopt. There's a lot of kids out here that need adoption.
Yeah, but if you was a kid that got adopted by two disabled parents like
I'm pissed. or two dads.
Yeah, you see? Now you wild.
Nah, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. It's two moms.
Oprah and Gil.
I feel like I feel like whenever you get adopted into a situation that allows you to have like a tough childhood as far as school goes, because they could be loving parents. I'm not saying anything about parenting. That's just me cleaning up the whole what I said earlier. but now when you go to school, well, it's 2025, so who knows? But all I know is in our era, if you had 2 dads, you might as well be homeschooled.
You sound like the old man screaming at the cloud, because in this era, if you don't got 2 dads, they on your ass.
So you think
you got a mom and a dad? Look at this nigga.
So you think no dad is better than a gay dad?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, so he's asking.
I didn't say that.
That's a very good question.
What the fuck?
That's how you sound.
Nah,
I'll take no.
No. I said 2 dads,
I'll take
nigga.
no dad.
Nigga.
What'd
He
you
say
say?
taking no dad.
So you staying in the foster care. You rejecting the adoption.
He said, you want a gay dad or no dad? I'd rather
But
no
the
dad.
context of it was adoption.
Oh, the context?
Yeah, you 6 years old, and there's a couple that is either what are they? They're on the spectrum. No, they have a disability.
Yeah.
They're adopting you, or there's 2 dads adopting you, or you just gonna stay in the foster care.
Damn.
Yeah,
Foster care is not good.
it's not.
Kids be getting abused and shit.
Nah,
like that.
I'm taking the disabled
But
parents.
look at the stats on Toon.
Really?
What happens to them?
Nigga, y'all didn't see the shit about the 2 gay dads that was doing like child porn with their kids and shit
that's
like
what I
that.
was gonna-
I'm just saying.
You don't know what you're
I've
getting
been
into?
telling you, bro. The shit.
What was the
All right,
what was the
but that's-
demographic?
That's what. That's what.
That's not going to
Here
be
we
the
go.
most common probability of the situation.
Look it up.
though.
How you figure?
So, do you know gay niggas?
Here we go. This is where we get
Oh yeah, I'm
canceled.
pretty sure I know gay niggas.
This is where
All
we
right,
get
so you
canceled.
think that they going to be abusing their kids when they have a kid?
No, you
No,
don't-
but see the
you don't
thing
have to
is
answer
though, when they get with their partner,
Yeah.
I don't know what type of influence their partner's gonna have over them. So I can't really speak on that. Cause to me,
That's
like it's like I wouldn't say all gay niggas is like women, but if you let's say you have a friend, she's a girl. Now you know her as a person, but when she gets with a man, that nigga may start fucking her head up, and then now this bitch is like fucking crackhead or OnlyFans whore and shit.
Okay, so here's my thing, right? You saying that there's a chance that the 2 dads might be abusing their child.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have 2 disabled parents, the parents is not the one that's taking care of you. So they're gonna have to get a caretaker to raise a child too. So what do you think the high probability is gonna be that the people that is your actual parents abusing you, or the third party person abusing you, and they know when their
The
parents
person
can't
that's
even do
getting
nothing?
paid to take care of you,
Yeah.
I think it'll still be the 2 dads that aren't getting paid to take care of
I-
No,
the child.
you do get paid
I-
taking a foster kid.
I agree with him though, because the third party person not gonna fuck their bag up over some kid. I agree with you.
You agree with me, right?
Yeah. They gonna do their job.
People that sick fuck they bag up for no reason. Just
Nah,
like Jared from Subways. He was super rich off the Subway
Nah.
shit, but that nigga
He
had
had a
a million,
problem.
a million
power.
He had a problem though.
statistically speaking, the people who do abuse, especially the children, is people closest to them. So I don't think that would be a third party either, honestly. It would be a family member, a close relative or something. Typically, that's how it goes statistically.
All right, so I'm gonna try to stop us from getting canceled and just pivot to the second part of this. Could you date a woman with an ugly family? Was your second point. I want to ask you the inspiration. For this
So
question.
I just think in general, like whenever it's like Mother's Day or Father's Day and people post their families, and I just be like, damn, son, this shit is crazy. I
in a
remember,
negative way.
yeah.
Okay.
Like I remember even when I was younger, when I was single, I was talking to this girl and she was good looking, but she used to always post her dad and her sister all the time. Her sister, she ain't look super crazy. Like you could tell they was sisters, but she just got the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
And then her dad, that nigga look like that nigga look crazy. And I'm thinking now, because it's like obviously with genetics, it's like lottery. And there's always going to be an outlier in the family. So she might be the best looking person in her family in general, but the genes that's going to get passed down,
The typical.
you don't know what the hell is going to happen. I have friends that their whole family is 5'10" and they 6'6". I got even like Henry Cavill. He has like 5 brothers and all of them niggas look crazy and he's
Superman.
the only handsome one.
I hate the way he pronounced that nigga's name just now.
Henry Cavill.
I thought he was like a boxer or something. So who the fuck is Henry Cavill?
Oh, Superman. Yeah.
The Witcher.
Yeah.
So
he got canceled from that.
For being real.
Yeah, it's about to be Thor's little brother.
Corny.
Shit gonna be garbage. But
You know.
so that's what inspired this was
Yeah.
like family day pictures, Mother's Day, Father's Day. I'm gonna let Toon go first.
I never really gave it really like thought for real. I mean, but I definitely have realize or witness what you're talking about. You see somebody that's attractive, then they post their family, and you're like, how the fuck, you in this family? But damn, I don't know. I really don't know for real, because like I never been like a fan of super rushing into meeting people's families. So if I am dating somebody or interested in somebody, I don't really be like, oh, let me see a family. So the only time I probably would see it on the gram, and then maybe by then, I really don't care. I don't know for real.
As a breeder, I just want to give y'all the context, man. I do understand what Cash is saying, but he also used another point that I'm going to use to kind of battle his thing. Genetics is a crapshoot. It's a roll of the dice. As black men, our genes are more dominant, so we have that going for us. But again, it's still a crapshoot. And they also say that ugly people make the best kids. I've been hearing that my whole life. Too.
That's bullshit.
But then y'all niggas is telling me about Usher's son. Like every week, y'all posting Usher's son. So,
Usher baby mom?
She gotta be bad.
He got two sons. He got a flay son and a regular.
You
son.
see, I'm not gonna go that far, but y'all critiquing Usher's son. What he look like? Usher is like.
I just say he was flay. I didn't call him ugly. I mean, come on.
I
don't think he's a good looking kid either.
Yeah, right there,
he's definitely flay though.
So come on, bro. Usher is known as a good looking dude. I'm gonna assume that his wife is also good looking. So. I don't think it really matters as much as what you're trying to like insinuate.
But see, my thing is, would you like, all I really would care about is like height for my son.
But you not only having sons though.
I would want height for my daughter too.
Okay.
Because I mean, I wouldn't be worried about them finding somebody. So I don't think I would make ugly children to the point, no matter who I have children with, that it would be like, oh shit. I don't worry about them being single.
Yeah, well, you don't think Usher felt the same way?
Nah, but his son is flay.
I'm not standing on that. Yes, I'm not standing on that. I'm talking about just his how people say he look. You don't think Usher?
Nah, but it's another one who's getting bad rap for like kids. I guess that's weird also too. But
exactly.
But Chris Brown's son, they posted him the other day.
Oh, I don't know.
Chris Brown's son looked like a doll. Like he's not ugly though, but
them comments they was on his ass.
He's like an interesting looking person, but he's not. I don't think he's gonna go.
I said the same thing about Chubbs. I think Chubbs is an interesting looking person.
No, that's different.
How? It's the same adjective. Interesting.
Yeah, but there's two different types of.
Yeah, not you wild. But
like Chris Brown's son just don't look like a human. Like he looks like if you made a doll to be a kid, like he has like a really round head, and he looks like.
How old is he?
He's young as
like
hell.
5 or something.
I didn't even know that Chris Brown had a son.
Chris Brown got 3 kids.
I thought he had all girls.
Yeah,
he's on some players. Yeah, but like I'm saying, I think it's a crapshoot, bro. So ugly, good looking.
So you rather have short and handsome or tall and ugly?
Short and handsome.
And I'm talking about D1 tall.
How short is short?
Short and handsome.
We talking about like, how tall are you? No, that's not me being a joke. That's not me being a joke. How tall are you?
5'10".
So let's say he's 5'7".
This
peak
nigga,
height.
Not 5'10", but
how tall am I? You want to get measured tape?
You 5'10", but for the rest of your life, you looking down at your son. He's 20-something. You still looking down at your son.
So he's 5'8",
but he's handsome as hell.
Nah, I'm cool with that.
See,
5'8".
I think that I'll be thinking maybe like because my dad is going through the same thing. Because my dad is tall. My dad is taller than all of y'all, and I'm short.
Yeah, how tall is your dad?
6'2".
You're not tall.
I'm not short.
I'm like slightly above average.
Not for a black man.
8.
You short for a black nigga. I'm short for a black dude.
No, come on.
6 foot is short for a black.
That's like I would say that's like the average height for a black nigga.
Okay, fair.
Well, actually, I wouldn't even say that. I would say the average height.
It's actually 5'11", but
the average height for people is 5'9", I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for black people, it got to be 6 foot.
it's 5'11".
Yeah, you just
want to be there. he's the bouncer for that club.
Yeah. Wait, so you 5'11"?
And 3/4.
All right, so if me and Gary stay next to each other, we same height. We can stand up right now. We can stand up right now.
You see how quick he flipped on that nigga? That nigga said, hold on.
But
hold on, shorty.
To answer your question, though, you might as well go with tall and ugly.
Nah,
that's what I'm saying.
You can't go wrong with either one, really. But
Nah,
tall and ugly here, tall people get away with all kinds of stuff just by being tall.
If you're tall,
Exactly.
hold on. If you're tall and ugly and you don't get into no sport, you're fucked for the rest of your life.
No, that's not true.
I'm not telling you. Girls will
Walk me
still
through
be
that.
attracted to you just because you're tall.
That's what I'm saying.
I witnessed
I'm
it
not
throughout
jacking
all
that.
my life. I'm like, those guys 6'5", and he just walking towering over women. I'm like,
I'm not
thank
jacking.
you.
I've seen tall people who they cannot fight a lick, and people are intimidated because they're tall. I'm like, bro,
So being tall just commands respect.
just out of raw height.
I disagree, but that's fine.
Nah, that's a
I've
fact.
seen it all my life.
I'm gonna disagree.
Every sport
fine.
I've played, I'm like, this guy's tall. They think he's tough. You hit him, you like, just tall.
Give me the
That's it.
5'8" nigga, handsome. He could become.
No, he said
actor.
5'7".
Yeah,
Ooh,
5'7", bro.
5'7".
You're not wrong either way because if you're handsome at that height, you can.
I
Still
think pretty.
hold
Privilege.
tall
I think
women.
pretty privilege. Woo,
It's
can't talk
real
today.
too.
It's
Yeah.
better than height privilege to me.
Not to me, no.
I would rather be pretty than tall. I'm somewhere in the middle right now.
I think you can't go wrong with either one, but
I be thinking about that because it was like, would I take, like, say I'm an 8 out of 10 and they were like, yo, you could be a 7 out of 10, but you'll be like 6 feet. I don't know.
that's
If that,
not
But see,
enough.
that's not a big
That's
enough.
not
That's not a
enough.
big enough
That's not
drop,
enough.
though.
That's
You
not
said
enough.
you would be from an 8 to a 7.
Yeah.
Nah, you got to take a bigger loss than that, nigga. You got
For 3
six.
inches?
A
I mean,
6.
2 inches?
but then you 6'2".
Nah,
6'2"?
6'2".
And
Now we
a
talking.
6 and a
A
6.
6? No, I'm not doing that.
Now we talking though. 6'2" can go to the NBA.
How about 6'4" and a 6?
6'4" and a 5.
6'4" and a
Yeah, that's D Wade height.
I thought you was
nah. D Wade. Like I remember in high school, like all the teachers loved D Wade.
Yeah,
yeah.
Dwayne Wade's handsome.
They thought he was like the best looking
I
dude
never
ever.
really heard that before.
Nah, yeah, I had a lot
Yeah,
of teachers.
nah.
I mean,
Dwayne
he
Wade
had to
back in the days, Dwayne Wade used to get like sexiest man alive attention
Yeah,
type shit.
until he did that Darkwing Duck shit. And he changed. I don't know what happened. But
He became Dwayne after.
yeah, 6'4", 6.
6'4", 6"?
Yeah. You taking
That sounds easy,
yeah, you
nigga.
taking that, bro. What are you talking about, bro? You
That
to the
sounds like
NBA.
an NBA contract
Yeah,
to me.
you go to the
nigga.
NBA, bro. The money make you. What
Yeah,
Jay-Z
yeah,
said?
that-
Why are you always concerned about going to the NBA, man?
All right. I'll be then I don't need to be a 6'4"
All right,
doctor,
how about
nigga.
this?
I'm about
That's
to be
my
5'8"
point.
and
Whoa,
handsome.
whoa, That's my
See,
point.
That's what changed everything. Let's say you're 5'7",
Yeah.
handsome,
I said
And a doctor.
and you a doctor.
That's my
Oh,
point.
then that's lit.
I
that's
don't
my
care about
point.
being
That's-
6'5".
That's
That's
my
it.
point.
That's
I
it.
think that pretty privilege is better than height privilege because as a doctor,
For regular people, yes.
yeah, if you're 5'7", you got to be a regular person at that point.
But not also even as
You could
a
be
regular,
like a fucking soccer player or some shit.
but even as a regular person too, 6'4".
I wouldn't want to. 6'4" is probably the tallest I would want to be as a regular person. Honestly, that's
Nah,
really
6'6".
tall. Nah, it's
No,
a
that's
regular
not
person.
regular shit. You
Alan's-
can't work out
Alan's
Target and be
6'6".
6'6". I'm gonna look you fucking.
Nah,
crazy.
yeah, because then you look like this nigga should have did something.
No, that's what I'm saying. I
athletically
think
with his life.
6'4", and I think 6'4" is kind of pushing it.
Nah,
Honestly,
6'4" is too tall.
I think that's too
I
tall.
think 6'3".
Nah, y'all
6'2"?
niggas is
I think
bugging.
6'3" might be the limit.
Yeah, that
Y'all
might be the limit.
bugging,
6'4" is a nigga that bro. Why me and you in the same place? Like
Why? Because he should be playing.
he
ball?
should be. It doesn't. It got to be basketball. He could be modeling. It got to be something else. Bro.
Not if you're.
Nah, yeah.
No,
okay.
you could be an ugly model at
Well,
6'4".
now, most models nowadays are ugly though.
That's hate.
It's
Yeah.
true. They look for people that have like
What is he
That's
doing
not
right
true.
now?
unique faces.
What is he doing?
That's not true.
Unique.
Yeah, that's
Interesting to
the
look
work
at.
they look.
Interesting to look at. My man, how tall is Chuck?
No, he does not.
He's 6'3". He's 6'3".
You know, I'm gonna let y'all go.
Yeah, thank you. 6'3", interesting to look at.
What if you
Model.
6'5", but you look like Travis Hunter?
Yeah, that's the type. That's the type of
what's,
face.
What's
no, that's
wrong
the
with
type
Travis
of,
Hunter?
That's the type of faces they look for.
Y'all don't like African centric features?
I'm
Yeah.
talking about the goofiness of his face.
That's because he be making that face.
But that's the type of people. That's the type of people that are models, like people that have face like that, like
Travis.
very strong bone structure and stuff like that. Like you're talking about Chubbs. This nigga don't have no fucking bone structure.
Yeah, these niggas talking like they hate themselves, man. What's wrong with Travis Hunter, man?
I didn't say there was anything wrong with him. I just said he has very predominant bone structure. And
Somebody
that's what they look for as
used the
models.
word goofy.
I said, that's a good. Maybe it's because of his situation with the
Nah,
shorty.
now you bugging. Yeah, Godfrey, what's up,
We gotta
man?
stop speaking on he married him. Man. We gotta stop speaking
Yeah, what he
on
did wrong, Godfrey? What you would have done? If that was your son, how would you educate that young man? We kind of
Right.
going off on a tangent.
That can never be my son. But if he was,
Ah, man.
Like a
You
D1
can't-
athlete.
if
can't
he
choose
was,
that.
I would be like, listen, like, I would just tell you to wait when it comes to this girl,
I love her, dad.
because what's gonna happen is your world's gonna open up.
Yeah, but I don't want those other women. This one, I love.
That's mine. That's my ball.
You can love her, you don't gotta marry her yet, and you don't have to get her pregnant.
Yeah, but she says that if we don't get married, then she's not sticking around.
All right, then put that to the test. If she really loves you, she's gonna stay around. If she doesn't, then you see exactly what you got. I know it's gonna hurt, but you can have way more opportunities in life.
Thanks, Dad, but I'm in the NFL.
And then on top of that, the fact
I'm
that
the breadwinner.
you sat in the car while she was inside doing whatever.
That is crazy.
That's ancient history, Dad.
That's the day I knew I was like, something's got to be a little bit off. I'm not judging him like saying he's retarded, but something's got to be off. How am I sitting in the car and she's inside doing whatever?
I think that was the first good looking woman that he ever had, and he was like, "I'm not letting that go."
That might be it. She got an arm.
Is something wrong with that?
But like,
yeah.
Why?
Because it's more, nigga, what the fuck? If you projected, that nigga got with him when he was in high school or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's like, nigga, I'm nice. I'm going to the fucking, nigga, there's gonna be mad bad bitches. So that was like the first piece of pussy he ever got. He's like, oh shit, that'd be happening to a lot of niggas.
and also her saying like, "Oh, I didn't really like him at first," is like,
She was being honest.
don't say that on TV.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
what
Keep that between me.
Cameras.
That's crazy.
What I said.
Them cameras, man. You can't be saying certain shit on them cameras, man.
I like that topic y'all had last week with the Michelle Obama stuff. Like, there's certain things you don't have to say, regardless of the
Cassius ain't
real life.
jacking that though.
Nah, the camera thing, I understand when you're at a certain point, it do make sense.
Talking to the mic though.
Oh, when you at a certain point, like how you saying we're like, she has access to the nigga.
Yeah, that's the crazy.
Like that, yeah, that's what makes it
Yeah.
crazy. But just saying it on camera in general, I don't really think that's.
Nah, I still got an issue with that, but I respect your point. But just turn the camera off.
Yeah, everything don't need to be said.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why are you telling everyone? Oh, I didn't really like this guy at first. Like, he grew on me. What? Nah,
Yeah, 'cause she found out that nigga was fucking going to the NFL. She was like, oh shit.
I wonder who told her, or you think she did her own research? Because it's 100,000.
I feel like they got to do their own research because that time we went to that summer league game and bitches was in there just like it's a club.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like,
that was really crazy to see in real time. So we went to Vegas and we went to the summer league games, and you know a lot of those guys are fighting for a contract, and we looking around and it's like it's women in here. Like they're not scouting. They actually were scouting, but they were dressed like they wanted somebody to see them.
Exactly.
And I was like, huh. Like you hear these things in those movies and TV shows, but
it's real.
to see it happen in real life was actually very interesting. Yeah.
It's
But
real scary.
you know, just to put a book into the whole thing, I'm taking the 5'8", not 5'7". That's crazy. 5'8", handsome. Over 6.
I don't know. I'm gonna take the 6'6".
You added numbers now. Like,
Was
that's how
it?
you
Was it 6?
Nah,
Was
you
it
say you
6'4"?
want to be a 6'6" and a 6. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
You'll take
Nah, I don't want to. That's too many
You
6.
talking about your kid?
6'5" and a 6.
6'5".
You better go to the league. Better do something. If you're working at the Y, bad news, bro.
I'll be a model. Be a trainer. I'll be a trainer.
No, you don't look.
They
Oh,
don't
no,
even-
I'll just start a TikTok and be that king nigga.
no.
I can't be
King
him.
is not a 6, nigga.
Oh, you got him at a 10?
Yeah, wait, hold on.
I'm not scared of saying niggas good looking. That's a good looking nigga.
Nah, you blushed a little bit, bro.
Because I knew that was coming. That was funny.
I ain't gonna hold you,
That's a
gang.
good looking nigga. Because your son could be like, you know, this some
I don't
other.
wanna
You ever
hear
seen a
it.
nigga? This nigga's name is Go Off. He's just some tall ass nigga.
Oh, the one that be dancing?
Yeah. He's like, happy yo. He's like, this shit. That could be your son. So then what? It's just some nigga that take his shirt off and start dancing in public with booty shorts on and Tim.
He don't got no booty
Yes, he
shorts.
do.
Yeah, regular
Yes, he
shorts
do.
on.
Yo, what is
shorts?
Yes,
what is
it's
going
Tim's.
on?
He
What
have
is-
regular shorts
No, he
on.
don't. Them shorts up to here.
What is happening?
It's some
Hold on,
tall
hold on.
nigga on TikTok, and he
Yeah.
wear Timberland boots and no shirt and booty
Oh, I
shorts.
know you're talking about.
And
Why
he
do
just-
you
he started
know
the video.
who he's talking
He started the
about?
video.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Come
Why
on,
do you know
doing
that?
Yeah, if you doing
Yeah.
this, if you on
But see,
TikTok,
I
Big
would be a little
light-skinned
tight
dude, yeah.
because I ain't gonna lie, he's built mad athletic.
Yeah.
He has long ass legs.
he brolic.
Yo, what are
That's
we
not
doing,
flagrant. That's
bro?
not flagrant.
It's the booty
How is that
short.
flagrant?
It's
Long
long.
le-
Well, y'all not
Nah,
understanding.
he got regular shorts.
He
on. This nigga's crazy.
dance to that
He just
song
got long legs.
Affirmations or something like that. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think we need to slow down.
But
Can we-
that's like, to be honest, what he does is kind of like, it's kind of hoish, honestly.
Can we go back
To me, like as a man, I can't
Yeah.
keep doing those videos.
the King guy? I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever seen his face really, honest, because the camera's always positioned kind of weird,
Mhm.
like it's from the bottom up. So you're saying he's like up there in attraction?
Yeah.
Okay. And now the booty shorts do. I just want everything to be because I'm confused. The booty shorts do. The point you're trying to make is that he's unattractive.
No, I didn't say he's unattractive. I was just saying that
Being
he's-
that tall and then
yeah.
not playing sports leads to like weird shit like that.
It could, because he said my son could be like King, like a nigga that just get bitches and
Yeah.
shit. This nigga's not doing this for bitches. He just dancing. I don't know what he's doing.
Nah, but he just probably doesn't have the same content. He probably definitely do it for the bitches. Because don't they sometimes pan to the women in the back looking at him?
No, that's what he's promoting. He be promoting people's businesses.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool.
Oh, so he's
I
trying.
think we did it.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Oh, absolutely. Please save us from this.
How much does a woman's height matter?
A lot.
Because to me, it matters a lot.
It don't, but it does.
Mm.
My girl's like fucking small, so yeah. But Yeah, I can see where it would matter, but it doesn't really matter to me personally. But I as a breeder, I do see the concept of tall women.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of really doesn't matter to me for real because I feel like I'm bringing the height to the relationship anyway.
Yeah, you think so?
I mean, like, what you mean? Like, hold on, what you mean? You think I don't care?
Remember, it's 50-50, right?
Yeah,
in terms of like, the child could end up, 6'2"?
Yeah.
All right,
6'3".
so let's say your girl is 4'11". Women want a tall man.
Okay, yeah.
So then y'all think y'all gonna have this tall kid, and your kid come out and homeboy is 5'2".
You see why niggas doing 5'2"?
Or
That's
5'3", 5'4".
That's how it works.
That's how it happens.
You don't know a nigga that's 5'2". What are we doing?
Ain't no
Yes,
way.
I do.
You know a nigga that's 5'2"?
Yeah.
Women
Because
put height
my
up
dad
there.
is
What's
6'2",
his
and my
name?
mom is like 5'6", and I'm 5'10", and I'm directly in the middle between both of them.
Right.
So what the hell you think is gonna happen if you 6'2" and you have a girl that's 5'2"? Then your son's gonna be like 6.
Nah,
Look at Shaq's son.
that can't be true for real.
Bronny.
Because I'm taller than my mother and my father.
All right, you
And
got lucky.
I've been taller than them. But how have I got lucky?
How tall is your
all
grandpa?
my brothers, we're all taller than our parents.
How tall is your grandfather?
He's probably my height.
Yeah, you see?
How
But
tall
see,
is
my older brother doesn't have the same grandfather.
how tall are your parents though?
I really can't remember my father's height, but I'll say around 6 feet. And my mom was probably 5'8".
All right, your mom is
That's
tall.
tall. That's a tall woman.
Maybe she's not 5'8" then.
For
She's
women,
like 5'6". Maybe, I mean,
5'7",
come on, like,
5'6" is
what the
tall.
fuck? You think I asked her? Maybe my
Nigga, you
mom's
stand
5'6".
next to her.
Okay.
No?
You know how tall your mom is?
Nah.
Oh, come on, like, let's be for
She's
real.
short. She's not tall.
That's what I would just put on. I know she's short.
The woman's
How the hell
height
you know
matters.
your mother's height for real?
What do you mean how I know my
asked?
mother's height?
You know why.
Yes.
He's trying to eat.
Oh, because you short, so you have to.
Yeah, he has to know.
He has to know.
You
it.
gotta blame somebody.
Your mom's height matters, please. The woman.
Nah,
Yeah, it does.
I'm sure.
If your girl is over 5'7", 5'6",
That's
then
a tall
and you're
woman.
That's a tall
tall,
woman.
then your kid is gonna probably be tall.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Like I would never. It's so stupid when I see a nigga that's an athlete and they got a short ass girl.
Nah,
it's like
come
you're
on.
dooming your kids.
Nah,
he
nah.
he likes what he
Potentially,
likes.
you're potentially dooming your kids.
He like what he like.
LeBron
Yeah, but you're
James and
dooming your
Savannah.
kids.
Well, niggas,
Like, cause look, that's the thing.
Being short is not doom.
Niggas hate. Niggas be shitting on niggas all day, and then they will produce the thing that they shitting on. Like you want to, you're not 5'10", blah, blah, all this shit. But then your son come out some short. Your son come out some short nigga. Now what? Now I'm gonna bully your son.
that
Then
nigga short
now I'm gonna
too.
bully your son then.
That's fine.
All right, and then look, then who gonna be tight? Your son gonna be tight too.
I
he's
don't
not.
think so.
Yeah,
You can't
and
be-
then just like women, they be talking about, I can't take no nigga with a fucked up hairline. You ever look at a woman's hairline before?
And you get your
Some of them
hairline,
fucked up.
get your hairline from your mom, by the way.
Yeah.
That's where that comes from.
Ladies.
Sure.
Get your hairline from
I
your
hear
mom.
your point, but like niggas gonna cut your ass for anything. So what does it matter? You short, you tall, you fat, you skinny. It don't
Take a pay cut.
Yeah, facts.
Niggas going,
yeah.
You broke niggas like yeah.
You're bullying
You
nigga for
rich?
some shit you can control.
Nah, that's not.
I agree with that.
That's
That's always
a-
been one of my rules. When it comes to making fun of people, you make fun of them
But
for
we-
something
but we
that
li-
they chose.
we
If
live
you
in
want
a-
something crazy, I'm making funny.
We live in the real world, bro.
Yeah,
That's not
and
how
we
it
from
happens.
New
But
York.
I'm just saying that should be a rule of like thumb. Like if this person is tall or this person is short, I can't make fun of you. You didn't earn your height. That's just something you were
Can't-
given.
That's not fair.
If you
Godfrey.
put something goofy on, I can make fun of you.
Godfrey, I seen a video. It's New York. It's a nigga that came out his crib and he was happy that he like lost weight. And niggas was cutting his ass off. He had udders.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that nigga was so happy that he lost weight. And they was like, that nigga, you're not even a man. You one of them things.
What you
Yeah,
mean he got
you-
udders?
Like, because he lost weight very fast. So he had like loose skin. He was in
So
good shape though.
he got heavy and then lost weight.
Yeah, he was fat, I'm assuming. And then he lost a lot of weight fast.
Well, that's a byproduct. That's still his something he had. to
Yeah,
Come on.
it is. It's true. You should have
You
been
got
fat in the first
yourself
place,
big
nigga.
and then you lost
Fuck.
weight.
you
It's
hear
gonna
this?
be the draw.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Is it not true?
That's all. That's under his control.
How do you get fat? Tell me how you get fat.
Oh,
Are you
y'all
born
niggas
fat?
is bugging the fuck out.
Are you born fat? When you came out, was you fat?
That is under his control.
Some
If you,
kids are born fat.
No, that's not what the fuck you talking
Wait,
about.
you don't hear these niggas?
You were not born fat,
I've
nigga.
seen
Not true.
thousands of babies that were born fat.
Oh my god.
you
Nah,
talking about
but-
like
but-
you talking
but-
about baby being chunky.
Oh,
But now, but you telling me we
No,
could cut-
it's not semantics. Like babies they have a they don't have any muscle mass like that.
Some
they're
babies are born
naturally-
skinny. Some babies are born
Oh my
fat.
god. I'm talking about nigga. That's not gonna make
but-
you fucking have health issues for being a fucking
But-
fat
but
baby.
fuck
I'm
all
talking
that.
about
Yeah,
when you're
talk to
growing
these
up.
But
niggas,
fuck
man.
all that. A nigga was fat for whatever the reason he's fat.
Yeah.
That don't
You're
matter.
skinny.
Yeah.
They cut his ass,
They should-
and you telling me
They should have.
it's fair game because he was fat in the first place.
No, I think that's still wrong. But nigga, you were the reason why you look like that, and you're the reason you look like that now.
100%. Yes.
So then everything should be fair game.
That's my point.
No,
What the
if you
fuck?
can,
That's like a rule that
I
has
said you could be bullied for what you could be.
subsection.
How?
It's-
You controlled being fat when you was younger. And then
Nigga, you
lost
don't
weight
know
when you got
how he
older.
got fat.
What you mean? How you get fat? You get fat from eating too
Nah.
fucking much, nigga. That's the only way you get fat.
You never
No, that's
know.
not true.
That's the only way you get fat. That's the only way.
Nah, you gotta-
Tell me another way you get
Niggas that
fat.
got asthma,
Thyroid
they give
problem.
niggas the fucking them steroids and shit sometimes, and you get fat off the steroids.
Gaining weight is calories in versus calories out. There is nothing else. It's cut and
simple
dry.
math.
It's
Wait,
cut and dry.
I got you right now.
Go ahead.
If you have a thyroid issue that messes up your metabolism, then you can't control that. Godfrey, tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong because
hold on.
it's calories in versus
No,
calories
I want
out. It is
Godfrey
cut
to tell
and
me I'm
dry.
I've had clients who've had thyroid.
Thank you.
And
That's
if-
why I
asked.
hold on. And if you still eat in a caloric deficit, you can still control it. You
Yeah,
can
but-
maintain a certain
Exactly.
Yeah, but-
Calories in versus
You have to
calories
make
out.
adjustments.
Yeah,
The
but
fuck?
But all I'm saying, Godfrey, is that an easy thing to do.
Nothing in
It's
life
not
is
about
easy,
being
nigga.
easy,
What the
though.
fuck? You moving the goalpost now?
So then that's what I'm saying. So fuck it. Because you're tall, because you're ugly, because you're short, it's all fair game.
That's what I'm saying. That's been my argument.
It's
bro.
I'm saying people are gonna make fun of you regardless, but the point
Yeah.
is, I think that it's less. What's the word for it?
It holds less weight.
Yeah,
Not to
like
me.
you short. You were born short. I can't.
I'm gonna
You
make
can't
fun.
do anything
Yeah.
to change
I'm
that.
gonna make fun of you for being tall, fat, skinny, tall. It doesn't really matter.
Nah,
to me.
I have no problem with that. I think
That's-
bullying is it's a character.
See, I really don't
development,
really
but-
call it bullying.
I don't think it's
for real.
bullying because I'm not doing it.
Alright.
in bad faith.
Bullying is to me is when it gets more physical. But I'm also from New York, so like I feel like the word game has always been our thing.
I'm cool with all, but I think it's cheap to make fun of someone for something that
Nah,
they can't
bro.
control, is
I
what
remember
I'm
you
saying.
cut
That's a
niggas'
fact.
ass, and the first thing they go to is I get more bitches than you. Now, what are you supposed to do with that?
That's something you could change.
No, but how does he know he get more bitches than me? Like
Now there's certain niggas you're not getting more bitches than.
who?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about we in fucking high school. It's me versus some random.
Oh
nigga.
yeah, in high school you definitely.
Yeah, I'm
could.
cut-
I definitely. could do
I'm
something.
cutting his ass, and he's like, "Oh, I get more bitches than you." Like, come on, nigga. Like, what are you talking about?
High school, your brain.
What you mean?
Formed,
What's wrong with that?
How does he know he get more bitches than me? I don't hang out with that nigga. He don't hang out with me.
Oh, like a random nigga?
We in high school, bro. You don't.
All right, but
everybody
say
don't
you
hang
say
out.
you say I could be you and Ty in high school together.
No, I said I started off my prompt with as a random nigga in high school.
Oh, okay.
I don't hang out with that nigga. He don't hang out with me. I'm cutting his ass. He's losing the argument, and now it's I get more bitches than you. How does he? How do we prove that? How do you qualify that?
You just put the onus on him. Prove it.
He's just gonna start doing that dance. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know, like in high school, like, I don't care about that.
Yeah, but if a nigga say you short,
man.
hey, you can't make
Yeah,
that
you
joke.
can't say that.
Yeah, but I have to say because you're not gonna go and cut a nigga you don't know ass.
Oh, that has happened in high school hundreds. of
Yeah,
times.
but I'm saying like we're talking about. If you don't forget it,
You cut random niggas' asses now.
Yeah, I'm saying, but it's like we're not having a conversation with them randomly. Like, I'll cut a nigga, like we'll be together out somewhere, and I'll start cutting this nigga ass. But I'm
And then
not
what
telling
if,
that nigga.
what if he heard you, he turns around, like, nigga, I got more bitches than you. Then
Yeah.
what happens then?
All right.
Say no, you don't. What
Hold on. He has to.
do you mean he asked?
Your fiance.
The burden
Oh,
of proof is on him.
we're having a theoretical situation. We're having a theoretical situation.
He will automatically win.
So he could go back to high school, but I can't think about another time. Like what the
Nah,
fuck?
we was talking about. We just was there talking about.
Yeah,
we
that
was cutting
nigga's
random
crazy.
niggas' ass now.
Well, obviously that would be a difference. I'm like, well, nigga, I have a fiance, so I would hope you get more bitches.
You was not
nigga.
saying that, but
What the
that
fuck?
You would lie. You don't get more bitches than me.
You was not saying that.
I'm not thinking about.
outta
I'm not
here,
thinking.
bro.
Why would I say that?
I don't give a fuck what my situation is. You not getting more money than me. You don't have more bitches than me.
Yeah.
I could be homeless and married.
That's my
You
point.
ain't got nothing more than
No,
me, nigga.
you can't do the money thing because you can prove the money thing.
Nah, no, you can't.
Yes, you can. Open
Some
your account
random-
right now.
Some random nigga is not, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, what
Fuck
world we
outta
living in, bro?
Yeah.
Nigga,
Wow.
why would you propose that to me then?
That's how niggas talk.
Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
give
trying
more
to
money
tell
to you. I'm like, open your account right now.
That nigga goes, that's
Like,
like,
you know, like fuck out of here.
Yeah,
All right. So suck a dick then.
he's
Nigga,
doing
stop
the
talking.
Frank. He's doing the Frank.
Now I'm telling him suck a dick, nigga.
Yeah,
And you broke. Now what?
He threw it first.
I'm like, hey, you suck a dick and you're broke. Now what,
Like,
nigga? You taking more money than me?
He threw the Frank first, though. Then what do
Okay.
you do?
I'm gonna tell him suck my dick and you're broke, nigga. And you're broke. Now what?
So y'all both broke. Y'all both sucking dick. Y'all both don't know who get more bitches.
Whoa.
Yeah, this nigga went crazy.
That's not what happened. That's what happened.
Look, I'm not having those arguments no more. At this stage in my life, definitely not. In high school, I definitely wasn't about that either. I was like, what
Cut
you
a-
talking about?
cut a nigga
'Cause if you
ass.
tell me you get more girls than me, all the burden of proof is on you. Show. Go back her right now. Or
Nobody's doing that.
Yeah, nah.
you know what I
In
mean?
high school, it was just,
I get it though, but
that nigga got a big nose. He can't help that, but I'm going to cut his ass by his nose.
I got to.
Yeah, it's, you know,
I hated high school, bro. Like it was just
I had a good time in high school.
I had a good time, but it was just like annoying. Like getting fresh all the time and the stress.
That shit was lit.
I had a uniform.
I was better in college. College was fun. But
Yeah, college is dope too because it was less pressure to get fly. But you're an adult now.
Yeah, it was that. You're starting to understand life better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like that. All right, so with the ending of season 2 of The Last of Us, it's been a hot debated topic about how the story is being presented and things like that. For me personally, I'm enjoying it because I've already accepted that it's a different medium, it's a different story they're telling. I know Cash, Toon. I don't know if you're up on it, Godfrey.
No, I got it.
I know Cash and Toon, y'all have your opinions about the way that they're producing the show.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask y'all a question. The main theme, I always interpreted it, was that revenge is bad. That's like, I could say, would y'all agree? Like that's the overall theme of The Last of Us, the second game. In real life though, do you think that there is a cap on revenge? So I'm gonna present the same scenario. Obviously, it's an apocalyptic world. Your dad gets killed because he did killings.
Mm-hmm.
Where does the get back end?
Well, you also kind of forget why he did the killing.
Yeah, to save you.
Yeah.
Whether or not you want to be saved is irrelevant to the question I'm asking you. I just want to keep it as simple as possible. So your dad gets killed because he killed people protecting you.
Yeah.
Is there an end to the get back?
I would if I knew what my father did, I would assume that the revenge would always be lingering because I can't assume somebody's gonna wanna like let that slide.
Yeah,
especially if it's a apocalypse world. Like what like besides protecting yourself,
what else we got to do?
Yeah, exactly. So if it was my turn to get back because my father was killed, I don't know. I wouldn't want it for it to consume me because I feel like in the game. And I'm gonna reference the game because I feel like the show is not doing the best job.
It's not the same story.
Yeah, so I feel like Ellie let it consume her to a point where she was like not making the best decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had to look at revenge and would I want to get revenge, I would just try to make sure that I'm very level headed. So I guess you kind of say I would put a cap on the revenge. If it comes to where now I'm compromising other people's lives as well as my life.
That's a big one. Okay.
Yeah, I think that the point in the game when Ellie got was living on a ranch and all that, I think that's where she should have stopped.
You would have stopped there.
Oh, at the end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes the most sense to stop there because she ended up throwing away everything to try to get revenge, and then she ended up not even doing it. So
and then technically, my bad to cut you off, but technically she already got defeated at one point. Because then Abby broke her arm at one point, right?
She got told to leave me alone twice.
Yeah, right? So I kind of would have just left it alone. Like, you lost something, I lost something. You clearly keep kicking my ass.
You just call it George. Same thing for you. You would, like, as you, Cash, as the person that you are, you would have just accepted that the beating. Like, hey, my dad is dead, your dad is dead.
Yeah,
and I seen you about it already, and if I lost. I lost.
Because at the end of the day, she had a kid and a wife, and she threw away. She threw away everything.
That's what I'm saying. Is like so there is a cap for you on revenge in your own personal life.
Yeah, in that situation, I'm not gonna lose my family to go kill somebody and then not killing them. Like, she would have killed her at the end, and it's like, all right, at least you would have got that satisfaction. But now you just lost everything, and you feel like a dumb bitch because you didn't even fucking complete the story that you wanted. I mean, it would make you a dumb bitch. I'm only cool. This is what I don't understand because niggas act like I just be using bitch willy nilly. I do, but it's not. It's not. I use the word. I use the word a lot, but I only use the word bitch referring to bitches. Like, every woman is not a bitch, but
I like when you talk like this.
That sounds like some Diddy shit. That sounds like some Diddy shit. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all niggas.
Ain't nobody say daddy on the end of that sentence. I said, I like when you talk like this.
I heard daddy about it. Yeah. I ain't never hear you talk like this. I like when you talk like this. Ain't you drink from the cup too?
There's water in there.
So hold on, just to put everything into cohesiveness. Ellie's a bitch. because
She a dumb bitch.
she did. Okay, so she's a dumb bitch
Yeah.
because she did something stupid.
Yeah.
So what is just a regular bitch in this context?
Of the story or just
Yeah.
the world?
No, the story. Is Abby
like
a bitch?
which character would just be a regular bitch?
Is Abby a bitch? Is Dina?
No, I don't think Abby did anything wrong.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Okay.
Dina.
Dina's dumb in the show.
Nah, you bugging.
Yeah,
No, she was a smarter one in the
She's
show.
smart.
that bitch is pregnant.
So, bitch. Yo, let's go.
Yeah, we getting pregnant in a world like this.
Got to.
I can't think of nobody that's just a bitch in the show. I'm not gonna lie.
I would say Abby, but this
But
is
Abby she didn't do nothing wrong. Niggas packed up pops. Then she went and packed the nigga that packed up pops. Then the person that
Abby got her friends killed. You're bugging.
no, she didn't get her friends killed. Ellie killed her friends, and then Ellie
Yeah, why Ellie killed her friends?
because she killed the nigga that killed her dad.
There you go. I think
But Abby's a dumb bitch too, because I would have killed Ellie and I would have killed Dina.
That's my point.
Nah, but see, remember they was trying not to be like Joel.
Too late.
Yeah.
No, you are like
But
Joe.
the-
As soon
but
as
the
you try to get
story-
revenge, you are
'cause-
Joe.
Because the story, the whole
Joel wasn't trying to get revenge. Revenge.
No,
So,
I know, but this is the thing, right? It's like a cycle.
yeah.
If she wanted to end the cycle, she just should have left it alone. Because then her friends would have been alive. Yes or no?
Yeah.
That's it. That's my point.
yeah, but niggas killed their pops, and she killed mad other Fireflies, and he caused the destruction of the Firefly organization. The whole story, the whole point of The Last of Us is
To you,
okay
thank you.
that Joe lived the way he did, so the people in his life didn't have to turn into him. But him dying caused everybody else in his life to turn into him.
I agree to that to an extent. My only issue with that whole statement.
Nah, I don't agree.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Joe was a savage, and he did anything that he could in his power for the benefit of his people and his family and people that he loved. That means sacrifice. That means killing people. That means stealing, doing everything that he could. And he didn't want Ellie to turn into that person. And he also didn't want Tommy to turn into that person. So he did everything by himself. Because even remember, Tommy didn't want to do all the savage things that Joe was making him do.
Yeah.
Like the shit with the map, that was the illest part of the game. When you have two people and you split them up, you're like, yo, point at the map. You better point the same part. And he was doing that over and over. And Tommy didn't like none of that shit.
Yeah.
Tommy
Tommy's a
was dealing
pussy.
with
That's what it is.
He ain't no pussy.
Yeah, he's
Nah, Tommy not
he's
pussy.
a pussy.
And the TV show maybe.
All around, he's a pussy.
Tommy not pussy.
He got
But-
packed.
Tommy didn't get packed.
Nah, he got
packed.
shot in his head.
He didn't get packed though.
That shit crazy.
That nigga got shot in his head.
He
by-
definitely should have
by
died.
a little ass girl. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Joel
But-
wasn't going out like that. They had to jump that nigga.
He didn't get jumped.
Yeah, he did.
Nah.
They jumped him.
He didn't.
All right, go ahead.
But yeah, so he didn't want nobody else to have to do the things that he did. Joe was always the one to be like, I'm gonna take the brunt, I'm gonna take the bad karma, I'm gonna take everything that comes with this shit so everybody else could be good. And then everybody else end up doing the same shit, trying to do the same thing for Joel. They end up doing all the savage shit, the shit that went against their moral code, the shit that's gonna cause them bad karma or whatever, and throw away their whole everything to sacrifice for them. And then that ended up why Ellie ended up how she did at the end of the game, because she was like mentally distraught that she really threw everything away to try to get back for Joel, and she ended up just turning into Joel.
I actually think it's way simpler than that. I think Joel was just mad selfish. I think he made that decision to kill the Fireflies and the doctor and
for himself.
For himself.
Yeah, he definitely was selfish, but again,
I don't think he was thinking about anybody.
Again. Abby got her friends killed. We can't gloss over that. If you are Abby's friend, you tight. Because that wasn't your pop. So I don't like you went with her on that mission and now you dead. You had a baby in stomach.
Yeah,
you dead.
yeah.
All because you went with your man to go do a drill and he didn't do it properly. He should have got rid of all of them.
Well, I mean, the doctor was the main reason, but everybody else was tied to the Fireflies. So I
what?
mean,
They
they
didn't want revenge.
They didn't. They felt, but that was only because they were
scared.
But afterwards,
And
after they realized
and
what they was going up against,
You know what's funny? It goes back to the same thing we was talking about last week. Somebody should have pulled Abby to the side and be like, "Nah, we not going with this, big dog."
in the game they tried that, and she wasn't going for it. That nigga that she was ripping,
Owen,
yeah.
he's pussy too. Nah, son, I'm not doing this. Abby, you want to do this on your own? Go ahead. We not rocking with that as a group. They were scared.
But technically, that's how it went.
Then why they went?
Nah. They got up until that point, and then the fucking all the 1,000 fucking zombie shits chased him back to the. They brought him back to the cabin and shit. They technically was about to retreat.
They could have stopped.
And then the shit, and then this nigga fell right into their lap.
And they could have stopped this though.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. You can't at that point.
This is the same. You see a man smack a girl ass in the club. You could have stopped him before he did it. You could have stopped him after he did it. Nah. And you just let him do it again. It's the same thing.
Sometimes the shit fall in your lap.
Yeah.
If we walking down the street and $100 bills on right there in the street, and I'm like, and you about to pick it up, I'm like, nah, bro, you should pick it up because somebody lost that. Maybe they gonna come back for it.
Nigga.
That's exactly how that Joe situation worked. They was thinking about not fucking with it.
But you stayed with me. You should have walked away. Hey, that belonged to somebody. You should have walked away. But
we here now.
Yo, Godfrey.
Yeah.
I know you've been listening.
What happened?
If your pops, not in real life, it's a video game. If your pops in a video game gets murdered because he murdered somebody else, where do you stop to get back? Is there a stop?
I didn't see the show. I didn't play the video game, but based on the context y'all given, like this other person who did it ends up getting, some kind of harm, and this can end with the two of us. It's hard because, if it's my pops, I'm gonna want revenge. But at the same time, that cycle doesn't end because then someone else I might care about might get taken out.
Yeah.
It's a tough position to be in. But I would probably have to I'd have to piece it up and let it go because then someone else dies at the end of the day.
I think Joel would have wanted Ellie to piece it up. Like, leave it alone.
Yeah. That's another factor too. What was your father?
Yeah, I think your father would be like, don't throw away your life for getting revenge for me because I did some stupid shit. But
what he did wasn't really stupid, but
nah, it wasn't stupid. I used the wrong word. You're right. He did some selfish thing, which Toon said.
But he was right though.
How was he right?
No,
because they wasn't gonna find a cure.
Yeah, but he didn't. He removed the agency of Shorty, of Ellie,
and
he didn't give her the option.
And also, Ellie clearly was at peace with giving meaning to her life.
Yeah.
So he robbed her of something.
And they retconned it in the show. In the show, they actually said that there would have been a cure.
Yeah, but that's like the show be doing something.
Nah, but the nigga that wrote the game is also writing the show.
Yeah, but that nigga
I think he is bugging out. I ain't gonna lie.
I understand.
He's not standing his ground.
Yeah, he's just trying to make sure the show's successful. That's what he's trying to do. I understand
where y'all getting at, but if you create something, you're not gonna have some nigga on a podcast telling you that your creation is wrong. Come on now.
Well, if you're changing it for the show, then.
But that's my prerogative. It's my IP. It's my baby. I can do whatever I want.
But you're always going to change things for a TV.
I think you have to
adaptation.
Yeah, I think you have to. I think you have.
Game of Thrones is the same thing. They have.
I think you have.
It's unfortunate, but.
But so, what's your advice to the niggas right now that are into it with niggas from another block?
Vengeance
is Lord's.
Yeah, exactly.
Say that a little louder.
Vengeance is mine.
Vengeance is mine, save the Lord. And it's real. I'm telling you, that stuff is real. We call it, average person calls it karma. The Most High says, you sow what you reap. You put out bad energy, it comes back to you in some way or form. Every single time.
Cash, what's your advice to them?
It depends what it is.
Same thing. Nigga killed my man.
I mean, I don't know. Do whatever you see fit. I don't know. I
just want to say I hate that culture too. Like the street culture. Nah, the street
that's what the game is about.
Now you don't like how when you talk like that.
Nah, I'm not even what you say. I'm just talking about just like you're too young to be killing each other.
Yeah, but it's hard. It's hard to tell a nigga not to kill a nigga when my man's is dead. I think that's a tough conversation.
I understand, but damn,
it's a tough conversation.
Leave that life.
I can't. My man is dead.
Leave that life, man.
I hear y'all. That's pretty much it, guys. We did
it now?
Yeah, we did. We covered everything. I think we did a good thing. Y'all have anything else you want to talk about before we get about it?
I got a question for Cash.
Absolutely.
Where does this disdain for, we'll call them out of pocket women come from? I feel like there's a story here somewhere.
What do you mean?
What,
I noticed. I didn't say black. I said out of pocket women.
I don't know what that means.
Because I see there's a pattern.
What do you mean by out of pocket?
This nigga right now.
Nah, it's not a G-check at all. It's not. It's a general question.
Define out of pocket.
Stop my time.
Outside of your guidelines and boundaries, there's always a point during certain podcast episodes where it's like I can see you just turn up on a certain.
Nigga, you be going on them rants, nigga.
Yeah, I do that. I feel that way about niggas too.
Nah, it's a certain demographic you kind of harp.
I ain't say all that.
I'll say it.
I just want you to be able to like I want to hear your point of view on it. Or
Well, if you doing something I feel is ignorant, then I'm going to talk about it. And a lot of people live a life of I feel ignorance. But I do the same thing with niggas too. But niggas just only try to pinpoint it because I'm saying the word bitches.
I don't got a problem with that word, bro.
I don't really either, honestly, because I agree. There are women and then there are the other words.
I don't know your name. You a bitch. I think that.
I'm not doing that.
I think that's fair.
If you act like a bitch, you a bitch. Until you give me reason to call you a bitch, I'm not calling you a bitch. But if you act like a bitch, a nigga could be a bitch too. But I'm just not. I'm gonna call a nigga. I'll call a nigga a bitch, but I'm not gonna refer to niggas as bitches.
Okay. Godfrey, I don't think he answered your question though.
Not really, but
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand.
Nigga
Like
dancing.
if you no, I'm not
What's
dancing.
Your,
It's
what's
like
your problem with black women?
I don't have a problem with black women. But if it's like if I'm black, so the majority of the dealings that I have in my life are with black people, and I see that my people, in the woman sector, are majority doing one thing, or a lot of them are speaking a certain way that doesn't make sense to me. I'm gonna call that out.
I respect it.
If I was white, I'll be talking about white bitches. If I think they're a bitch, I would call them a bitch. But white woman or whatever, or if I was Spanish, I would talk about Spanish woman or whatever. Like that's just what it is.
Yeah.
But the most things that I see on social media, like especially like basically it'd be mostly on Twitter things, because that's where everybody goes when they think they're smart and they want to talk about something they have an opinion on. And Black Twitter is the most famous part of Twitter, and that's where I see the black woman saying things that I thoroughly don't agree with. So
what's the big one again? I'm sorry. You don't have to repeat yourself, but just give me a little blurb. Like, what's the thing that bothers you the most again? You told us before. I can't remember.
the gay shit. Like when they be calling niggas gay.
That's funny. I just saw something recently. I didn't realize that this was gay, but it was a black woman. She said, if you fall asleep in the car as a male while your male friend is driving, that's gay.
See?
Oh man,
That's what I'm saying.
damn. All right, this documentation. We doing.
Oh,
I
fuck it,
lied.
that's what we speak of. So yeah, I saw
lied
another
from
thing
now
that some woman said that she don't fuck with Papoose because he found two women with motion. So it has to be something wrong with him. that he's not the breadwinner in relationships. He just goes after women that are already established.
Yeah, who said that?
The girl that used to be on $1 Million Worth of Game before they blew up.
She's black.
She's black.
Oh, okay.
That's his point.
Okay.
He just wanted you to say black.
I think a big part of it is cultural, honestly, because in our culture, community of black people I'm talking about, there's a lack of headship, which is supposed to be us. So women just say whatever
Thank
they
you.
want.
I
and
blame
try to
niggas.
create a precedent. Whereas in other cultures, like you can't tell white boys they gay for nothing, because they can be like, whatever we do is the law amongst us, and they do a lot of gay stuff.
I'm telling you,
I was
right
about to
now,
say.
Nigga,
I'm glad you said that. At the
Nigga, I
end.
seen a girl say, if this baby cries too much, I know they daddy is gay, because why you have a bitch ass kid?
That's crazy. What type of woman said that?
She's black.
How you know this is not? You know, no.
No, because you go on their page and you go to their media and it be pictures.
You do your research. I'll give you that.
I still think it's hilarious that you gay for falling asleep in the front seat while your boy is driving.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
I think that
They say that if you drink through a straw, you gay. Like they be saying everything is gay. Why everything gay? What's wrong with being gay? If you're best
But maybe
friend
they
gay? That's what I think.
trolling.
Nah.
Now, after a certain point, nowadays they might be like the thing when they talk about the kid crying and shit. I think that was
That
the
might be
troll. But there's a lot of women that really feel like falling asleep in the front seat of your car is gay. Like, but that's like crazy. Like, come on.
I think everybody's trying to have a moment on social media, and I blame the men.
I think women that don't have men should not have opinions.
Now you bug.
I feel like
You
the
sound
most
like-
craziest opinions be coming from women.
Single women.
Yeah, single women.
You sound like Saudi Arabia, nigga.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, obviously they can speak on things like fucking political things, but as far as like speaking on men,
Social things.
they shouldn't really be speaking on shit, because what men are they referencing to?
Yeah, I would.
Because-
Pops.
Because there's no way, because there's no a woman with a man would obviously know that her man probably definitely fell asleep in a car while another nigga was driving. Because
Yeah, that's it.
but that happens. Yeah, you feel me? So clearly you don't have a man.
Yo. Crazy.
Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. But that's Like
Did he-
I seen. That's why I like TikTok better than Twitter, because if you come on TikTok with a stupid opinion, niggas are gonna be stitching your video. That's like when they do a collaborated post or whatever,
Oh, they pack
and
you
they
up?
packing you,
Mm.
and nobody's gonna be on your side. But if you go on Twitter, and I'd be like, what are you talking about? I don't even make no sense. There's gonna be a whole bunch of women. Oh, you're misogynist. Blah 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 blah. Oh, you hate black women and blah blah.
That happened to you before?
I think so. Yeah.
That's a rap.
That's because it's a faceless thing. Like on TikTok, you could be faceless, but
but it doesn't behoove you.
Yeah. Like,
I went through a period when I was arguing with women on Twitter for a long time, and I just stopped because it was like, this is pointless. It's like screaming at the fucking wind.
Talk more about that.
I don't. This was like years ago. I don't really remember exactly what it was, but it was like they saying some stupid shit. I'm
Have
like,
you ever had?
Oh, I remember. No. I remember this one. This girl said that it was some shit about her. Somebody got into a fight with somebody in the military. He's like, oh, you could sue them because their hands are registered as deadly weapons and blah 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 blah. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you sound crazy.
Yeah, but why was your approach that? Why couldn't you just educate the young?
Well,
lady?
I started out by saying no, that's not true, and then they started coming back at me.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, now
Yeah.
you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I
what
got
are you
you.
like? What are you talking about? Oh no, because my cousin's in the military. I'm like, so you mean to tell me that you know how much people is in the military? So everybody's hands is registered as deadly weapon. First of all, you can't even register your hands as a fucking deadly weapon.
That
Unless you're
started
like a professional
that
boxer.
started because of like the boxing and kung fu community, but I don't.
That shit's not even true.
I don't think it's true.
It's not.
It started
It
from
was
there.
just a rumor, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is people just saying a whole bunch of stupid shit and think they smart, and then if you come back at them saying that's not true, then you're these litany of names or you're gay or some shit. Oh, why you arguing with a woman anyways? You must be gay. You on here saying stupid ass shit, and I call you out for saying stupid shit. Now I'm gay. The fuck? So gay? Oh, the only smart niggas in the world is gay, I guess. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Arguing with women is now sassy, apparently.
I mean, again, I'm gonna come back to the same place as always. If niggas had a tighter ship, none of this would be happening. So I blame the men.
We can't have a tighter ship. Man.
Why?
In 2025, you don't have the old school headship you had where it was like, all right, stop talking. Today, like, you have to, the truth of the matter is none of them are really under your control. Not that you should really be controlling them, but the point is there's a lack of order.
Now, who do you blame?
The system at this point.
Slavery.
Gotcha.
The system at this point.
Okay,
Honestly.
so we can't circle our wagons. It's over.
She has to agree to that.
And if she don't agree, she
At
just don't
any
get a
point,
man.
she can just, there's going to be a man that will take her
So whose
and will
fault?
allow her to run.
It's them niggas. I'm telling you, for me, it always goes back to niggas.
But
Nah, it's starting to change. Because a lot of women is just being single, and there was another topic I want to talk about.
Roll it
So there was a video, right? And this guy was talking about how back in the days, women's wealth came from their attractiveness because they weren't allowed to work.
Okay.
So now, since women started earning more money equal to men, or the same amount of opportunities equal to men, that a lot of guys are weighing attractiveness lower rather than the amount of money they make because they're trying to look for like a partner in all accords. So now that that's the case, men level of attractiveness is starting to weigh more than their amount of money that they have because women are looking at it like, well, why would I be with this ugly ass nigga when I could be with this good looking nigga and we both gonna be making money?
Yeah.
So now the ugly niggas is starting to be lower on the totem pole that got money than a good looking nigga because the women don't necessarily need your money.
Yeah,
anymore.
money is relative now.
So now men are experiencing something where like so for example, like all the best women back in the days used to be like, oh, I want to be just like her. She's on this magazine, blah, 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 blah. But now guys are going through the same thing where there's like these streamers like Duke Dennis and King or whoever, where they see this good looking guy like, I want to be like him because their whole thing is women just chasing them all the time.
Yeah.
So how do y'all feel about that?
I mean, I think that's bad for men because you can't change what you look like. It's really like I have this opinion, right? I know Cash, you disagree. I think when you get money, there's a level of attractiveness that you can bring out of yourself. It's like your potential because I think a lot of people aren't ugly. I think a lot of people just broke. That's just my opinion. But if everybody has money and everybody's at their peak attractiveness and you're still unattractive, what else is there for you to do as a man?
Get smarter.
That better personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Because honestly,
what's
I feel
Duke
like,
Dennis' personality?
He's funny.
What's that King nigga's personality?
yeah, I don't know. That nigga, I don't know. Yeah.
So
He got
like,
that tall shit going for him.
yeah, but like you can't get tall.
Told you the height.
You can't get tall. So what are you supposed to do?
Now, I feel like part of being a man is figuring out what's your thing to attract women.
No,
Like you
100%.
have, so like
But
you just got to.
yeah, but women ain't going for that according to this. They going for just looks. Because you can't win off the money. Your personality is cool, but I'm gonna get the nigga that look better anyway.
Yeah, but there's somebody for there's somebody for everybody.
That's what you would have wanted to hear when you was in.
Well, I think
Nah,
that,
because
no,
if I was ugly, I'm telling you, like, just I'm a competitive ass nigga, so there's no way I'm gonna be the nigga without, and there's niggas with. You feel me? Like I'm not gonna be without. I'm gonna figure this shit out.
You're not hunting no more. The women are hunting.
I'm gonna do something.
Like what?
Set yourself up to be.
Yeah, that's it.
Trying to be hunted.
That's it. That's it.
Can't get hunted.
And that's sassy. But women ain't gonna say that's sassy, right? Because they in control.
Yeah.
Because getting hunted sounds gay to me.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's
this is the problem with women, bro. They doing this mental gymnastic shit, and we talking about sports.
why are you blaming the women though?
You can't blame.
Because they're playing some mental warfare shit that ain't right. Because we gotta sit here and we gotta work 10-hour days and shit, and they just able to fucking come up with these 24. Little schemes.
Yeah, but he's
24.
jacking that according to this guy.
Yeah,
that working shit is dead. You gotta look good now.
Oh, so you saying like even a nigga with no bread, if he looks good, he's getting chosen?
Yeah,
by a certain type of woman.
Yeah, because she already got the money.
Yeah,
what she need your money for?
She don't want a nigga with like ambition.
Women now are like we're being like changed. Women who are more masculine, like they're the ones going out and getting careers.
So then let's get with it.
And a lot of guys,
yeah, but
like,
how do you?
I'm just
I mean, let's get with it. Like, let's fuck it. Let's get chosen then.
Yeah, but what if you're not getting chosen because you ugly?
Nah, we ain't got to worry about that.
No. It's not. We're not talking about we. We talking about the new generation coming up. It's ugly niggas in every generation.
Those guys are only.
But they used to get by.
Just like how the weak niggas used to get left out because the strong niggas was body like handling shit.
Oh, okay.
That's how it is. It's a new nigga that's just can't make it. That can't survive.
Damn, cold game.
That's always been.
Come on, we black.
Yeah, so what's your advice to the niggas that can't make it, quote unquote?
Get in the best shape you can possible, because that's gonna make you more attractive. Like your face is gonna change, your body's gonna change, your confidence is gonna change. That's the only thing.
You never seen an ugly brolic nigga?
I definitely seen an ugly brolic.
Yeah, but if he was fat, he would look worse.
Yeah, so what should he do? The ugly brolic nigga.
Fat, you probably be surprised. Fat niggas will probably get chose.
Why?
No, I'm just saying.
A fat broke nigga over.
Nah, because you saying what you think is the like. So why is dad bods a thing?
You know, when women talk about dad bods, they're not talking about like a nigga with a big stomach and no muscle. They're talking about like a big, strong guy that's just not cut up. They're not talking about like an actual dad bod. Like,
he has a point.
They're not talking about actual dad
the pictures
bod.
that they use for reference, because women just don't understand physiology. The pictures that they use for reference are actually dudes that work out like 5 days a week.
yeah, it's like niggas that's not like 10% body fat.
Yeah.
They're niggas that like big, strong guys. Like, it's just like a big, strong nigga. They don't want like a nigga that's out of shape. They just want a nigga that doesn't look all
They want niggas
ab cut up baby. That's not what they want.
They want niggas out of shape.
Toon, what's going on?
Because they lazy. What the fuck you talking about?
No,
Who's lazy?
He said that.
You said why is niggas out of shape?
No. I said they want niggas that's out of shape, bro.
shape.
Why the fuck now is there like this out of shape niggas with women?
I didn't
He's
say
talking about
that.
the new crop.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is them niggas is gonna get chose, bro. Because women, there's certain women that's gonna find certain niggas attractive. So it's not gonna just only be the good looking people with rich women or women that's taking care of themselves. There's gonna be some ugly niggas. Fucking Candace Parker was fucking with Sheldon Williams. You see what that nigga look like?
Ball player.
He's taller.
Bro, but we talk about Candace Parker.
He's taller.
All right. I'm pretty sure we could think of a
and he
bunch
had
of
money,
niggas
too.
that we like, what is going on here? You got fucking, what's this nigga that's fucking with Remy Ma? That nigga look crazy.
Easy.
That nigga look
He looks
crazy.
like Papoose.
That nigga look crazy.
Nigga, Remy Ma's not the best looking woman.
That's
nigga.
what Remy Ma
She's
is.
up and she's pretty now.
All right, but she's not the best looking woman.
Oh,
Like, you talking
we're
about
not
Candace
talking
Parker
about
like
best
Candace
looking.
Parker
We're
is
talking-
fucking OD fire or some shit.
I can't think of I'm not a gossip ass nigga, so I can't think of who's with who. But the people that has popped up in my head that's fucked with niggas that you, I guess, would be like, yeah, these niggas would be left out in this new generation. They finding women that's up, that's doing decent with for themselves. So it's not gonna only be the fucking
Yeah, but you're naming
handsome niggas.
Okay, but you're naming outlier situations as opposed to the high probability situations. Like, obviously, there's gonna be outliers with any situation, but we're talking about the thing that's gonna happen the most time. Is gonna be if it was all niggas was broke and we wasn't allowed to work, and it was all women that was rich. They would majority of them would go for the best looking niggas.
And what we were saying is a lot of things that stopping niggas from being attractive is the money. So if we was all broke,
I don't believe
and
that.
we all just look different. You saying the most attractive niggas would be the niggas that work out of the broke niggas?
That would help, but
Yeah.
there's a broke dude right now who's smashing a baddie as we speak. So
And I'm pretty sure that niggas ain't even in the best shape.
that I don't know.
Niggas probably skinny. Like
also-
that's what I'm saying. Niggas is also jacking that fucking welterweight niggas is getting more bitches than a nigga that may be a little bit overweight. I think a fat nigga is definitely getting more bitches than a toothpick ass nigga.
But both them niggas is not. What are you talking about? If I'm saying work out, it's the two
Yeah, you
niggas
talking
not,
about
it's
you
not
talking
working
about
out.
brolic niggas, but like, what's the percentage of brolic niggas in the world?
Not a lot in America.
That's what I'm saying. So you telling me now when we all broke, niggas is gonna be more brolic niggas?
If I knew that me being if I knew that me being at the peak of my physical condition and my being as good looking as I can is going to help me get the most woman, then that's what I would focus on.
And that's because you have the mentality and the mindset to be like, I'm gonna put myself in better position to be chosen.
So what the fuck are we talking about?
But what I'm saying is, you're like, if we're trying to say that if we're broke and people are gonna work out because that's what's gonna make them more attractive, you telling me you think there's gonna be a whole lot of people that's working out? I think it's gonna be still the same. It's gonna be the 10% of people or 15% that's brolic, and then it's the average weight or the overweight people, and then it's gonna be skinny people. So the women is not gonna only be choosing from the 10%. There's gonna be a lot of women that's fucking with the 30%, the other 20%. That's all I'm saying is that it's not gonna be as narrowed down as
So you don't
it.
think it's gonna change at all? So the way that women carried themselves before they were allowed to have jobs is the same that women carry themselves now?
No, I'm talking about they choosing the certain niggas.
But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're swapping genders because before women weren't allowed to work. So they knew I have to be as good looking as possible in order to get the richest guy or whatever.
Yeah.
So you think that those women carry themselves the same way as women do now?
I don't think they would. I think that men wouldn't be on something. I'm gonna get pretty.
I think that's better
you
looking.
telling me that niggas would turn into bitches. Niggas is gonna be. I need a BBL. That's what niggas. You think niggas is gonna be like that? I don't think niggas is gonna be like that.
There was no. I'm not talking. See, this is.
I think niggas is gonna be like, I'm gonna build shit. I'm gonna be an iller nigga, even though I'm broke, and that may not be doing 1,000 push-ups a day.
So you don't think that being in a better shape is making you more ill?
I think I obviously do, but also if I know how to fucking build shit, that be a plumber, that also helps too.
Okay, so if I'm a fat ass fucking plumber and I'm a Aaron the plumber, you think that the fat ass plumber's gonna get more bitches than Aaron the plumber?
Not more bitches, but the fat nigga is not gonna be on some. I ain't gonna get no bitches. He's definitely gonna get a bitch.
All right, but we're talking about I want the best woman possible. You think the fat ass nigga is gonna get a better woman than Aaron the plumber would?
No, I don't think so.
So that's my whole argument.
But I do think it's a possibility.
I'm not saying, like I said,
because niggas be trying to shit on niggas as if like you gotta be fucking Aaron the plumber built to be like.
I didn't say that. I said that the highest probability of you being able to do something is to look this way. More people are gonna try to look this way than not.
Logically speaking, you're gonna increase your chances about working out if you have the opportunity to.
I don't
especially
think
if the
so.
money's no longer a factor.
I don't think so
in this scenario. You're gonna do some push-ups, you're gonna do some pull-ups, you're gonna run a little bit. All that's gonna add, and then on top of that, like I was gonna say before, if you increase your knowledge is an aphrodisiac to women. If you can lead them and teach them something, that'll go a long way. So if you combine that with being in shape, absolutely, you can have a higher chance of getting women in that scenario.
But what I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, what I think Cassius is saying is that you can be the nigga that has all that knowledge, but if you're not one of them brolic niggas, you're not gonna get chosen.
I agree.
Am I wrong?
I don't think so.
You're not gonna get your chance of getting chosen is definitely.
I'm saying if we were all on the same playing field, you could be a smart ass nigga. But if I'm a smart ass nigga and I'm brolic, then what the fuck?
No, but the argument I'm making, it's just a question, really. So what if there's a smart dude that is not in shape and there's a brolic dude that's not smart? Who are the women?
The brolic nigga, his daughter's the brolic.
Yeah, because if you go back in the days when niggas had all the money and women had no money, they didn't even want the girl to fucking talk. Go in the house and fuck me and make kids with me and fucking
Them
cook my
bitches wasn't
meal.
the baddest bitches though.
They was going for the best looking woman they could. That was a thing. When you go back to the fucking when niggas had kingdoms, they were like, oh, this nigga's daughter was so beautiful. Well, okay, that's not a bad example because they was going for power mostly, but they would still go for the best looking princess.
I don't agree.
Any college
Okay.
campus, if it's a D1 college, I'm gonna tell you right now, the D1 athlete versus Mr. Salutatorian or valedictorian, Zion Williams is taking your girl.
All right.
Because
You
also,
gonna say that's not true too?
We talking about college?
I'm talking, you got a freak athlete, muscle built, all that stuff, and you have the valedictorian. This guy's clear.
Oh yeah, in college,
guy.
100%.
Right, but that's a part of that is what he's saying is that like physically,
I don't really
he's
think
gonna get her
so
attention.
because the college thing is Zion, like you don't even have to you know you're not gonna see him and you're gonna hear his name. The valedictorian nigga,
Exactly,
like you're not even gonna hear his name.
exactly. Like
So
you'd have to have a conversation with the valedictorian to
Yeah.
understand how smart he is. Whereas that's Zion Williams. You see the shoulders, you see the height, like that's a attention grabber off of
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with a attractive female. She got the body. You're gonna want to talk to her. That girl might
but
be a
we don't
better
all
fit for
find
you.
the same thing attractive. That's what my point is, because I would be like, I want the girl with the biggest butt. And then somebody will be like, nah, I actually want the girl
The
with
smallest
the and nice eyes and shit like that. So that's why I'm trying to say, like, I think niggas will be brolic, of course, because niggas don't have more time in their hand.
Yeah, he got a good
go start
point.
playing sports.
I agree, but
then there's gonna be a decent group of women that's like, actually, I don't like no super muscle ass nigga. I like the niggas that's
Can read a book.
or that's a little chubby.
you could have both though. You could
Yeah, like
Have muscle
you
and be
adding
smart.
the intelligence part is nil because a
No,
nigga
he didn't
could
have
be-
that. I did that.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's no point in saying that.
No, I was just giving the two extremes.
and also depends on
So you think your girl would pick you again if the situation was the same? If you was the most brolic nigga in the world or whatever the situation is, you with the broke shit that we was talking about, men is broke and women got the most power and and they make all the money. You think your fiance would pick you again in that situation?
Yeah, when I met my girl, she bagged me because she thought I looked good.
And okay, so all right.
All right, I guess we did it, right?
Cash got that one.
I guess so. If I wouldn't expect them to say anything different, but I don't think that's real though.
How was that not real? She could.
No, I think she definitely picked you because you're attractive. But what I'm saying is though, you see how you was the most brolic nigga. You think you was in the 10% brolic niggas
I'm
in the
not
world?
saying that being the most. I'm
She
saying
chose
just
you
getting in
because
shape
you
in
are her
general.
type. You are the person she loved when she seen you or she spoke to you. She picked you because of you.
Yeah,
She
but
didn't
I'm her type
know that
'cause-
you was a fucking a brolic ass nigga.
All right, I'm her type because I look the way I do, and part of me looking the way I do is because I work out my whole life.
You didn't work out your whole life.
What are you
but
talking about?
I knew
Yo, this
you
guy
was-
hates the gym so much, bro.
Who me?
You,
Get
yeah.
the fuck out of here. I'm just speaking for niggas that's like, yo, bro, like, come on, son. Niggas done got chose out here. Like, I would
said there's
understand
outlier
if
situations, yes,
it's
but
not outliers.
yes. What are you talking about?
So
what
you
are you
say
talking
it's
about?
more brolic niggas getting chosen or more average niggas getting chosen? If there's less brolic niggas.
Yeah, I hear you.
So that doesn't make no sense because there's more average income earners, but the rich niggas fuck more women than the average income earners.
We're not talking about fucking more bitches. We talking about getting chosen.
Unless I use the word
They're
brolic,
getting
'cause
chose. They're getting chose. They're getting chose more often because they have more
No,
money.
I thought we was talking about like spending like we're getting a partner in life.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Because anybody, hold on, you telling me? Oh nah, I definitely know I can get chosen, even if I don't do one push up. Nigga, y'all niggas is crazy, bro.
No
I'm
one's saying
saying-
you're not
I'm
going to get
getting-
chosen.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you cannot.
single.
I'm not saying that you cannot find a fucking partner. Yes, but are you going to be as happy with that partner as with another person?
Nah, you can't do that.
What are you talking about?
That's
If
subjective.
my dream girl is this girl, but then this girl from down the block
I
is
want to
like,
fuck Ari every day of my fucking life. That doesn't change the fact that the person I decide to be with that isn't Ari, I'm not happy. Am I bugging?
You see, this conversation moving the goalposts all around.
How?
Because the original
you said
topic,
dream girl.
the original topic was if women had all the money
Yes.
and men had no money,
Yes.
that woman would be more attracted to niggas that look the best.
And
That
I
was-
disagreed.
And
I
you're
was
saying
giving my points.
because a regular nigga could fuck a regular girl and some that
No.
might be some girls typing blah blah blah.
Nah,
Like, what
I
are we
was-
talking about
I
right
thought
now?
we was talking about
rich
partnering with somebody.
We know rich niggas fuck get more women or get chose by more women than the average nigga does, and that's the same thing. Our wealth would be our attractiveness if we didn't have no money. Just like how women's wealth was their attractiveness when women weren't allowed to work. That's my whole point. And you talking about but
don't
you can
think
you can
so,
still find
bro.
a partner. How would that not be the case? Because history repeats itself.
We
If the roles were reversed, it would be the same exact thing.
We seen an era where bitches was they was fucking with niggas that was broke. Y'all remember
What
that
era was that?
I think it was like the 90s when,
Yo,
when
I don't want no scrubs.
yeah, shit like that.
era.
So how you think them that era came about? Broke niggas was fucking with women that had jobs. And they got chose. How do you get chose if you're broke? You think them niggas that was getting chose was all in the best shape? I think niggas was using other tools to attract women.
First of all,
that's what I'm trying to say.
What you're saying doesn't make any sense. You're saying that the whole 90s that only broke
Nah,
niggas was getting
I
pussy.
didn't say for the whole 90s, bro.
So what are we talking
I'm
about?
just saying there was an era of time.
There was an era where it was
women were
ill to fuck with
complaining.
broke niggas, or niggas acting like what are you talking about right now?
There was an era of time where women
if
were fucking with women.
Since men and women have been on this earth, there's always been women complaining about broke niggas. Women complain about broke niggas now, and that was 30 years ago.
Exactly.
So what does that have to do with anything?
If they're complaining about broke niggas, that means what's going on?
They fucking them.
I didn't say it's impossible to get pussy if you're broke, but I'm saying that if you have
It's going to increase the chances. And I disagree. That's all I'm saying.
how would that? That doesn't make any sense. If I'm rich and you're an average income earner, I'm gonna get more women than you.
Oh yeah, if money was in play,
All
obviously.
right.
But we
So
said we all broke.
the money is your attractiveness. Is how you look.
To you.
That
In the scenario we're talking about.
How old women is going to agree that fucking being in shape is the currency?
I didn't say being in shape. I said your attractiveness would increase if you are in shape.
Without money.
And all right.
If money's
I'm not
taken
a
out
woman,
of
so I can't tell you. But like I said, like how
you know
we
what?
all don't have the same type of women in our life.
So
it's the same reason why women would choose a different type of nigga. They don't find the same shit. They don't all like the same type of nigga. So there will be a certain nigga. So the woman that likes heavy setter niggas, that her currency will be what? A fatter nigga.
All right.
He would have the advantage, right? So that's what I'm saying. What if that bitch is bad? What like them niggas? The fucking I don't even want to give examples, but yeah, that's my whole point.
And this is my thing. Is that the majority of cases or is that a minority?
Bro, I don't know.
You do know.
I don't know.
Right,
I don't
whatever.
know
All
because I'm not a woman, nigga.
Yeah, I think we would.
Do you think more? You think most niggas like fat bitches or less niggas like fat bitches? You think that's the majority case that niggas like fat bitches?
I think less niggas like fat bitches.
So what the hell are we talking about? That's exactly what I'm saying.
No.
Some niggas do like fat bitches. Yes, I know that. But majority of niggas do not like fat bitches.
I don't know if majority of women want a brolic nigga.
It's not. I'm not talking about being brolic. Being in shape and being brolic is two different fucking things.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, of course,
Because obviously a fucking bodybuilder is not what I'm talking
So
about.
I mean, when we talking about out of shape, like, come on.
My argument was that if your wealth was based off of how good looking you are,
that's not what that's changing the question.
That's what I said from the beginning, and I just reiterated that like 5 seconds ago.
If that's the case, then you setting your point up for you to be right. Obviously, if being in shape is the currency, then of course you'll be right.
No, I said being good looking was the currency,
right, good looking.
and being in shape would increase how good looking you are.
Then of course, then you would be right. I missed you wording it like that, but of course that would be setting you up to be correct.
How was that setting me?
If you saying if being attractive is gonna increase your chances, and you saying working out increases you looking good, then yes, you are correct.
That was the whole scenario.
I was saying if I thought the scenario if we was all broke and you had to figure out a way to become more attractive to women, I think working out wouldn't necessarily automatically give you a chance over somebody else because the woman that you may be into may not want a super in shape nigga or even in shape. Maybe she likes niggas that's just funny.
But you could be funny
saying.
and in shape. If you in shape and another nigga.
What if that's not her thing though?
What if she's not talking
what if she's not asking for? Like, what if she doesn't need you to be in shape?
But you got to get that first look, that first initial attraction. So she'll never know you're funny.
Nah, she will, because I'll be telling a joke. So what about them? What about them
when
niggas?
you walking down the street, you could have the funniest woman in the world walking down the street and you wouldn't even know because you never spoke to her.
Nah,
so
what about the niggas that used to sing on the corners? Remember that? In the 60s?
Yeah.
Them doo-wop niggas?
Doo-wop,
exactly.
Yeah.
So you gonna be doing stand-up on the corner?
I'm just saying, bro. If we broke, as a man, I'm going to figure it out. And if I do come to the point that I have to do 1,000 push-ups a day to bag a bitch, then I'll do that. But I definitely believe
that's not your first.
I know. I don't mind doing it. I'm just saying. It's just that niggas is acting like
that's the
we
only
not
way to
surviving.
a
nigga's gonna survive
regardless. Yeah, I get
that's all I was arguing.
I
That
think
niggas
that's
is gonna
fair.
survive, bro.
Well, you know, most women, not all, I'm not gonna say all, but most women are initially attracted to like the ability to provide, and that a part of that is tied to your physicality, your physical. It's always been like broader shoulders, a beard, height. All those things are intrinsically built into women to say this is a good.
You go that word again.
I'm just being honest. This is all science. Like,
Yeah, and
if you can increase your muscle mass and look like a provider, then yeah, she's gonna be more attracted to you.
I think that is
Now, other things will attract you, sure, jokes and all that.
I think that's 100% fair. I understand all parties. I understand everybody's argument. I think we were kind of going in circles a little bit, but that's fine. We potting. That's dope. So to just put a button in this whole thing, you gonna find a way to skin the cat regardless. Your advice to the gentleman is to just get in the best shape possible. Correct?
I mean, I will work out.
I know. But
I will work out. If I'm broke, I got all the time. I'll work out. I'm just saying.
Yeah, like you would, even if you.
If my man said he wouldn't do it, I ain't gonna be letting niggas be like, "Oh, you ain't getting no bitches," because that would be my defense.
Yeah, like you. There's another way to do it. Yeah, that's his point. Okay,
but I would take the cash approach. I would just work out.
Okay, cool. I think we did it again. Do y'all have anything y'all want to talk about before we sign out?
I got another question. Actually.
Cool.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
I got a gift.
Cool.
For AG.
What's up?
Oh,
man. Oh, niggas about to cry.
What is this? I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Open it.
Nigga, what is this?
Open it.
A penis pump?
Imagine.
yo.
What is this, man?
Those is nipple pumps.
Cool.
You put on your nipple and then it's like a suction cup.
I appreciate this.
Yeah, this nigga's a freak.
I'm gonna test it out. Let you know. I'll get back to it. And this is what you guys are tuning in every week for the shenanigans. Cash, you can take us out, brother.
Appreciate you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Gas Money Podcast. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss another upload. And hit that subscribe button so we can grow. And follow us on TikTok and Instagram at gas.money.podcast. Comment, like, repost our reels and TikToks and AG.
Can I get a perfect?
Perfect.